We might take her camping. She's never been camping.
Solar guide packed with tips and solar information at gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter. That's gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter. For a free solar quote, call 720-449-2935. 720-449-2935.
Dad, what are you doing?
Cramming for college.
I'm the one going to college.
Yeah, but we need to figure out how we're going to pay for it all.
Discover Student Loans.
Discover does student loans?
Yeah, they're one of the top student loan lenders in the country. It takes 15 minutes or less to apply, and there are no fees for the life of the loan. Best of all, I can earn cash rewards if I get good grades.
Really?
Yeah, we still have time to apply and get a great rate.
So I can just chill. College kids still say that, right?
No one says that, Dad.
Really?
Yeah.
Visit discoverstudentloans.com to apply today. Limitations apply.
Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans. Talk about how you...
That might just be some Republican. Mexico is set to impose 20% tariff on pork legs. Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by K&H.
Solve problems, to answer questions, and to take complaints. That's what we do. We have full lines. I'm going to get right to them. I've been doing this in Denver nearly 40 years, recovering literally hundreds of millions of dollars in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. Now, we do that by going after the bad guys. We also promote the good guys like K&H Home Solutions. Right now, 25% off your window purchase and a free upgrade to triple pane glass. Durable, energy efficient, beautiful, custom fit, made to K&H specs. They are beautiful windows that will add value and beauty to your home. And this free triple pane upgrade is a big deal. It's a real deal. And you also, of course, get 25% off. Now, they're extending this through the end of this month because it was so popular. 303-421-7100, but better yet, make your own appointments online at khwindows.com. In business 62 years, khwindows.com. Okay, now, John wants to talk about Vivint. Vivint is a home security or smart home kind of company. John, what was your original problem, sir?
Oh, my original problem had to deal with the garage door opener exploding in my garage.
Oh, I remember. Yes, and
yeah.
And it was after they worked on something, wasn't it? It had something to do with Vivint as opposed to the actual opener. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes. Yep.
Their interface or something exploded. And what did you want done with this situation?
They were giving me two options to choose from, and not both of them. And
yeah, what were the options? I remember them not being great.
Yeah, so the option was to reimburse me for the entire garage door opener system that had to be installed.
Right.
And then, or the other option was to get all the equipment out of the house
and give you a refund, right?
For that, yes, exactly.
All right, so but which one did you choose? I know we were in touch with them. What did you choose?
Well, we wanted both, because we did not want the system in the house anymore. So we got
you know, I agreed with that. You didn't want the system, and you should get a refund for the system. But then for some reason, with that option, they didn't say they would repair the garage door, and I thought that was odd. Deputy Dan, did you handle this?
Yes.
What happened, Deputy Dan?
So I sent him an email to our Angel, and like say, Vivint must be turning over a new leaf, because they jumped on it and they gave him both his refund, took out the system, and then gave him $500, right? It wasn't, John, for the garage door opener?
$500 for the garage opener, and then the entire system was about $1,800 is about what it was.
Excellent.
So you got all your money back, sir.
I did.
Didn't you have a problem with these guys, Deputy Dan?
I had a problem with my folks and stuff, and they wouldn't budge and stuff as far as
John. How did you find out about Vivint?
I was actually at Best Buy on Black Friday, and I got suckered into one of their sales speeches there, and kind of made a spur of the moment decision, which I will never do that again.
Well, listen, I'm glad we were able to help you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys. Big help. Thank you so much, and I love listening to you guys.
You know, he made me think of something. You ever been walking through Sam's Club or King Soopers?
Yeah,
and
like
some lady's like, "Hey, everybody come over here. We're giving away a free spatula."
Yeah.
And they get like 15 people. Well, what the hell are these people doing around? Who cares?
It's become like a carnival, some of these places. They approach you. They're very forceful.
It's not good.
Have you ever been approached by DirecTV while you're shopping somewhere?
It's Sam's Club, and it's horrible. Or at Costco, and they should outright get them out of there. It's horrible. You know what I say? I already have it, even though I don't. First words I say.
And I also don't like when you're in the checkout and they say, would you like to put $1 toward this or that? I don't like that.
Or round up.
Now, yes. Now, listen, everyone, you give with your heart. You give, as they say, so the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. You know. But I don't like this kind of being shamed into it. Now, would you like to help the poor, defenseless, starving children with just 50 cents? And what are you going to say? No? Well, I say no. I do my giving in private, and I tithe in my own way. So anyway, Marcia, what's happening with this apartment manager?
Well, it's kind of a dirty, dirty place.
In general, you mean?
The floors.
Has it always been that way?
Well, sometimes they do a big surprise, and it's like, oh, the elevator's clean. I wonder what happened.
Okay, so it's been pretty much this way a long time. How long have you lived there?
This is going to be our...
Your what?
Our second year.
Okay, so what's going on now? What can we help you with, or what's going on?
I and a lot of the residents have tried talking, emailing to get it done how we think might be the right way.
To get what done, dear?
The cleaning and the elevators.
Of the common areas, basically.
Yeah, just to get them looking nice.
Do you know what?
What?
I'm going to be straight with you here.
Go ahead.
When we have a landlord who doesn't care, if there's very little that can be done.
That's what I thought.
You know, when it's almost something you can't force people to do, and it's not a habitability issue. Now, I'm not saying we won't call and say, listen, we've been hearing from this or that. Are you sure there's more than just you upset? How many apartments in this place?
Well, there's 2 buildings, and one building has 4 floors. I don't know.
So we're talking about maybe 40 apartments in all.
Probably more.
Okay. You know, what's with it? Is it the management company? Is it the owner?
I think it's the management company, because the complex did get sold just several months ago.
How about this? How about you?
Yes.
How about you get together a letter, have it signed by people, and then and then what you do is you send a copy to the management company, and then find the owner through the tax records, or through the title companies. I would do that. Maybe the owner doesn't know, but I think the very first things are basic things. You get a letter, you all sign it, and you just very respectfully say, the common areas are a mess, and we, the residents, would like more attention.
You grab 5 or 10 neighbors that live there, feel the same way. You go down to where people walk in to rent one, and you tell them the place is disgusting and don't rent here.
You know what?
See if that works.
If you start doing stuff like that, you'll get attention. You really will. Brenda, what's going on? Brenda. Hi. What's happening, Brenda?
Well, I've got my money back in my bank account thanks to the Troubleshooter
now
show.
we got to talk about this. This was a good one. You went to Overstock, which, by the way, I like Overstock.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I've not had a problem. Tell us what your problem was.
Well, I ordered some furniture online. It arrived, and the freight company didn't wait for you to check it. I guess that's their policy. So when we checked it that night, we found it's the wrong model. So we put in a refund request online.
Not an exchange, just a refund?
Yeah, just a refund.
Okay, so what happened?
Radio silence. So I waited about 4 or 5 days.
I hate that.
Kept I know, and I had to keep checking to see if they had responded.
Yeah.
Well, after 4 or 5 days, they hadn't, so I put in another one. Waited just 24, 48 hours, still nothing. And it went like that from May 5th until about, I think, May 25th when I called
waiting with no contact amplifies all problems. Do you know that? Just waiting with no contact. If you got a message saying, oh, you know, Brenda, we got your message, we're going to assign someone to it, or in that area, we'll be right back to you. Anything. But silence is terrible. So what finally happened? Anything? Did we help?
Oh, absolutely. I had chat sessions numerous times with the online chat, just informing them that I hadn't heard anything, it hadn't been confirmed, et cetera, et cetera.
I believe we put Deputy Daff on this, our pit bull and lipstick.
Yeah.
I'm sure she loves when you say that.
What happened?
She called their, I believe, Executive Relations Department, and she also advised me to put, first she advised me to put a dispute on my credit card, which I did.
Right.
I did notice a change on the website. It said that I could send these 2 large pieces of furniture at my own expense back to them, and they would consider giving me a refund.
Yeah.
And so then
Not
Daphne, of her own volition, followed up with me going on, and when I told her, she wasn't happy. So that's when she called Executive Relations, and things started going right.
Oh, she really does stay on it. You know, we love what we do here. Melissa, Brenda, thank you so much for letting us know. You have how much money back in your account?
$1,213.96.
Thank you for calling us. We appreciate helping. So we're going to warn others about this as well, and that is, don't wait.
I'm shocked that they sent the wrong model numbers and they wouldn't simply give a refund. It seems so basic.
Listen, sometimes, Mark, I'm astounded at the responses people get. But this show helps with everyday life. That is what we are all about. Tell people about this show. They will love the show. They will absolutely love the show. And when you listen to the show, when you first heard me say this hour brought to you by K&H Home Solutions, and you heard about that beautiful window sale, I'm going to tell you about now Simply Floors. Simply Floors, Inc. This will change the way you think of floor coverings. You don't have to go to these big boxes, the so-called carpet exchanges and carpet mills and the depots. You don't have to do that to save money. There is an illusion that they will save you money. Buddy Mitchell is shattering that myth. Buddy Mitchell is a sole owner of this really great floor company, and he made one decision: to make less profit. It's really that simple. He gives superior services, design services. He allows you to order any of the floors that you see anywhere else or at his showroom at 52nd and Ward. Then you go online and make your own in-home appointment. You will never be disappointed. You will save up to half of the other stores. Normally, 20, 30, 40% is not unheard of. Simply FloorsInc.com.
A couple of highway trouble spots to watch out for.
Gets the first one done, goes to the second. Gator comes up, grabs the pastor, and kills him. I said, let me check one break. If it's the after update, or I'll call you back. What are the chances of that shit? Do you want me to email you her number to call her later? Alligator, not a croc. Oh, a croc. In Florida, they got crocs for free. A croc. There's a lot of meters now. It sounds familiar, but I don't. You know what? I bet you people are bringing them in. Okay. By the way, baptizing 80 members. No praise. But they only got one guy. I kind of you got the pastor. 14 pages. Anybody get video? I asked for the paper. You know, sometimes you don't show that stuff. I would say. Printer down there from 14 pages. I watched one video of my life. I wish I never watched it. That guy getting his head cut off. Okay. Go ahead. Just remind me when we look downstairs. I'm afraid to print 14 pages 14 times. Yeah. Okay. I will get Cynthia's number. Okay. Thank you. Here's some files. These guys are the best. They're smart. They have a fantastic team of experts and will understand their situation. I always put, exploring day or whatever. Okay. I'm sure you got the meeting. So I've got a modular. I trust Ron and Jack Larson and their chemical email and find cases or syntax or check them out at LarsonTaxReview.com. That's 844 Larson Tax. 844 LARSON Tax. Larson Tax Relief is the only tax relief and audit organization I endorse on my report. Find the one from that Vivian Lopez contract. Some years back, so the one down in Trinidad, yeah, that's the 14-page thing that keeps printing. 14 pages? She sent me 14. I haven't even looked at it or what they are. She sent me 14 pages of stuff. Oh my God! I called her last night. Oh, that was the one about the scorpion pit. Right, you can throw her in. Yeah, they have huts down there for scorpion pits, and they throw them in the customers. That was the same one. I like that way to handle it. There's a few callers set up. Yeah, we need a scorpion pit. Welcome to the scorpion pit. Here's Justin. Do you think she's crazy or the guy's really telling her that? She's afraid of the guy, and I think he is intimidated. Justin, after warranty extended, Pikes Peak, I thought that was taken care of. Protecting data across. You remember that, Dan? Acura, he paid for one warranty and got a different one. Oh yeah, that's the one where he got the lower one and wouldn't cover their commission. Is that assigned to you or no? I thought what was that? No, I see it on here, but I don't think it was assigned. He was going to send us the warranty info. Oh, is that where we're at? Yeah, okay. I don't have warranty. Okay, that's why we're. Are you worried about network security? Yeah, we just need the warranty. Business? You probably should be, which is why you need to speak with my friends at Machine. Oh, no, wait a minute. I do remember that call. Ultimately, the problem was with the dealership. They sold them in, and they never gave it to them. Because wasn't the vehicle totaled the next day, or is that a different one? That one? So that's the second one. I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting the two confused. The last one was the 2500. We got the lower one. The 1100. Right. I remember that, but I don't know if that's the same one. What date do you have on that? Wednesday, May 23rd. Oh, no. That was just recently. The one on 23rd must be the one you're talking about. What? May 23rd. So Wednesday, May 23rd. I was told Justin, Acura warranty. Pikes Peak is the one. It was Pikes Peak Acura. problem we had a long time ago with them was a fucking warranty issue too. There were a bunch of scammers down there. You paid $3,000. This guy paid $3,000. And they didn't. Is that the tech warranty one or not? Yes.
Okay. Your troubleshooter. And we love telling you about great stuff like Cam Solar if you're looking for a solar system. Make no mistake, these commercials are bought and paid for, but only after approval, and only when we feel they have something to offer our audience. I promise, and my pledge to you is never to waste your time with meaningless messages. If you are looking for solar, and many are, this is a chance to get solar with no money out of pocket, low-cost financing, because Cam Solar, of course, utilizes and helps you utilize the federal tax credits and the utility company rebates. And here's the deal. They have secured low-cost financing, and they can install your system, get it up and running without a penny out of your pocket. But if it is a good system, if it is a good thing for you, they'll let you know in 20 minutes. You just simply go to their website, fill out the information. Within 20 minutes, they'll do an analysis of your home and your site. They do it through algorithms, site pictures, satellite imagery, and solar radiation charts that can say exactly what you will get out of your home. They give you a 20-year performance guarantee and a 20-year bumper-to-bumper parts guarantee. It's wonderful. Now, here's the website, gocamsolar.com. Then think of me and put a troubleshooter on it. So you go gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter. Fill it out, gocamsolar.com. All right, so we have Robert who has a timing belt issue, and this was a weird one because Robert says, hey, I had a timing belt done when? When did you have this done, Robert?
It was done in October of 2015, shortly after I purchased the vehicle that had 65,000 miles on it.
Right, and you did, as a precaution, 65,000 miles on a used car, and you thought, you know what, I'm going to have this done, and you had the timing belt done. Now, along with the timing belt, did they also do the water pump, you said, and the tensioner?
Correct. It's on
Is that what your invoice says?
Yeah, it says it's a component kit.
All right. Yeah.
But it specifically mentions the tensioner and...
Well, here's the deal. We're looking at a few years later, and you have a timing belt failure.
Yep. It's got 85,000 miles on it now, so it would be... 30,000. Yeah, it's just under 30,000, allegedly, on this belt.
So now you're saying, wait a minute, why would my belt fail in 30,000 miles? And the truth is, it would not fail on its own in that many miles unless it was caused to fail. So two things come to mind. Something caused it to fail, because most of the time they'll last longer, or either something caused it to fail or it was never replaced to begin with and it was at its life end. And we have an expert that we love going to, Norris. And Norris is just like I call him like a scientist. Has a place called SOS Inspections.
Okay.
And he does pre-buy inspections and also diagnostic inspections, no repairs. And he doesn't have a dog in any fight, but he has seen many of these, and he can tell by patterns whether something is old and wore out or something was shredded or why. And he has some hunches on this based on your photograph. I don't believe, Suzanne or Robert, he didn't go and inspect the vehicle, right?
No, he hasn't actually seen it.
But
he'd be welcome to.
No, but you'd be shocked. You'd be shocked at what can be found with photographs. You sent some pretty good photographs. First and foremost, Norris, welcome. SOS Inspection on our referral list at referralist.com. And I just ask that people be patient with our growing pains with the new site we launched. We're as with anything new, you have a little some bugs here and there. So Norris, on this timing belt, what was your first impression and then your second? Give us a rundown here.
When I first looked at the pictures, I thought that it doesn't look anything like an older timing belt that fails from normal wear and tear.
Right. It's shredded.
Well, older ones will shred too, but the older ones, they'll only take off teeth of the the little ribbed teeth on the belt. They'll only take those off in a small section. They won't like grenade and take all the like it looks like half of the teeth are missing on that belt.
So what does that tell you?
It tells me that something is causing too much drag or too much power to be transmitted through that timing belt.
Like friction?
Well, like friction, or the belt's overheated, or the camshaft is seizing, or the distributor, if it has one, which might be attached to the end of the camshaft, is turning too hard and causing a drag on it, or a cam bearing, or something like that, that some kind of internal or possibly even external engine failure that's attached to that whole drive system.
Okay.
It looks like to me.
Now, do you feel that it would still be there, whatever caused it? In other words, just changing the timing. Well, now the engine is kind of toast anyway, right, Robert? What were you told about your engine?
I was told that the valves are damaged, so it's in the shop. It's got to be, probably the head's got to be sent to the machine shop. And
did you have them check? Did you have them check to see, for grins, if the water pump was original or changed?
You know, they gave me the parts, and I have them, and I submitted the photos with numbers.
But what about the water pump? Do you have a part number?
You know, I do, and they looked at it, but they couldn't determine based on looking at it alone that it had been replaced. Although they did say, you know, it looks pretty old, it looks worn.
Yeah, but now, and then what about the tensioner? What did they say about that?
You know, the same thing. It looks like it's got a lot of wear on it.
Yeah, but in 30,000 miles, you know, what does that mean? There's going to be wear on it. But Norris, what would cause that kind of shredding and teeth missing? What, if you had to guess, what would it be?
I would say probably a tensioner bearing.
And that old tensioner is out of there now. Oh, no, excuse me. This would be the new tensioner that caused it. So by checking that tensioner, we can figure it out. Or you have all the old parts, right, Robert?
I do. It's 3 parts. It's the water pump, it's the tensioner, and the belt.
Right.
And the belt has no numbers on it.
I'd love Norris to look at it.
Sure.
So do you understand, Robert, it doesn't, it looks like it was forced to break as opposed to wearing out.
Does that have a hydraulic tensioner, do you know?
Well, there's a picture of it. I couldn't tell you if it's hydraulic tensioner or not. But I did.
What kind of car is it?
I sent additional photos yesterday. It's a 2009 Kia Sportage with sport tires.
How much is this going to cost you?
Worst case scenario, they said it'll be about $3,200 to $3,500.
I think you're going to have a very tough time nailing the shop that did this, what, 2 years ago?
3 years ago. Yeah, 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, 2.5. I mean,
you know, Tom, I have a comment real quick. You know, some of those, he said the part number came in a kit. So when shops buy a kit for a timing belt, they get all those parts in one box.
Yes.
And a lot of those kit boxed parts for a timing belt job like that have a much longer warranty on them than what you would expect. Some might have, you know, a 2, 3, 4, 5 year warranty.
They wouldn't cover the engine, though.
They might cover consequential damages if one of their parts can be proved to be found defective.
You know what? I'll bet you this guy. Now, is this a shade tree mechanic or a real shop?
Yes, shade tree.
So it's unlikely he'd have records of the kit and all of that.
All you'd need is the receipt.
Well, I think I'm still going to pursue him because in terms of credibility, as I mentioned on the show, yesterday or day before, I caught him
on real estate,
charging for items that were not installed on some properties.
Yeah, on real estate.
So I nailed him on that.
Right. I understand. So you're saying he doesn't have credibility with you. Here's what we do from here. If you can get us the old parts, we'd love to examine them or have Norris examine them. By the way, SOS Inspection, 720-940-4752. Just look for SOS on our new referral list, referralist.com. Of course, that is if we get this search all fixed. Mark's hair is falling out from all of this. He really is. Hey, saving money. We told you about Cam Solar. We told you about K&H Home Solutions. We told you about Simply Floors, now Art of Granite. Mitch Floria came from Romania. He comes with $300 in his pocket, learns the granite business, then opens up his own shop and becomes the American dream. Art of Granite, what a great story in and of itself. Art of Granite, what he does is fabricates and installs beautiful granite countertops. He's a direct stone importer. He doesn't charge for all of the peripheral. He doesn't charge for tearing out and hauling away. He doesn't charge a markup on counter materials because he's a direct stone importer. You get the wholesale. He only charges for the fabrication and installation. In fact, he does the bathroom free when you have the kitchen done at the same time. It's Art of Granite. But one of the best things I like, he is proud of what he does and for how much he does it. He'll give you a price on the phone. Tell him what you want, what kind of stone. And then as long as you're pretty close at what you want, he'll be close on the price. And remember, he is in Golden, and you can go to the showroom after you call him if you like the price. He serves the entire Front Range and mountain communities, open 6 days a week, closed Sunday, 303-386-5919. Get a price on the phone, 303-386-5919. If you need that number or more information, just go to the website, artofgranite.net.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW and iHeart.
What the deal is. So it comes with, most of these kits are going to come with the belt, the idler. Water pump. It doesn't was the water pump. So I don't think the water pump's got anything to do with this stuff. And then, no, it's right off the crankshaft. I'm looking at it. Really? Yeah. So I don't think it comes with the fucking tensioner, man. I think they probably bought the kit and then the tensioner could have locked up. Or do we know that they put any of the kit in? Well, we don't know shit. Yeah. Well, according to Norris, they put the belt in. I think that's not from just where all the teeth are ripped off. That's something seized up or was seizing up. That's really a bit of show. Looking at this, those belts are strong. Like on the Mitsubishi and stuff, you generally don't redo that hydraulic tensioner, man. They're fucking expensive as shit. You can only get them. Dealer, labor's intense. Really, huh? Is that much of a pain? Yeah, well, I mean, most customers don't want to pay for it. It doesn't matter if it's a pain or not. But you said you had a whole kit there. Here it is. It is a hydraulic. It is? I was about tensioner hydraulic assembly. Generally, that doesn't come with the kit. Do they have a roller on it? So separate piece? Oh, there. I see. Separate piece from the wheel. Oh, that does have a wheel on it. Maybe the wheel. Yeah, then you gotta have a press to pop that fucking gear on it. Where's the bearing on it? It's that little thing from the end there, right there. That's where. Here it is, timing belt. Here's the actual motor. Let's see. Timing belt. This is an 08. This picture sucks. That right there? That's the belt. That's the cam right there on top of the teeth. So if it sees, you can tear it up. What else has teeth on it? There's a tensioner down the back side of the tensioner. Actually, that's just the idler. There's a tensioner and an idler. Now that might be the idler. Isn't that the tensioner? No, doesn't that look like it's on your teeth? There? Yeah, just pointing that right there. That's it. Where's it? That's it. It's pushing there. I see. And it pushes up. So that's still a back side of the belt. Most people don't replace that. Yeah. So it comes with the idler. It comes with the belt. The water pump's not part of the set. Well, he might have, but it's not timing. It is. Oh, wait a minute. Here's what it says. Tune in to Newsmax this one right here. It's 8 from Portia. It's really Camshaft, two camshafts, yeah, so that's why. Oh, so there's just two idlers. Cam, idler, tensioner, just like we saw, and it runs off the fucking crank. You could have one cam. You could have this fucked up, this fucked up, this fucked up, this fucked up. Although this would kill too. Although when something fucks up, it's definitely something else. Actually, if you think about it, once anything breaks, that belt's still going to be going at a very high speed for even a second. But there is no water pump. My granddad had one of those little beans that should be a bean, that little tiny rummy. Tell me this isn't a thing ever, right? Miss America will no longer have a switch found. Why? Well, why do you think? They're not going to judge women by their bodies. Well, the whole idea is the entire reason for the whole thing. That's like, remember when Playboy for about a month said, we're not going to have nude women anymore, just the article? Right. Not only did they say it, they did it. That would have been a public collector's item.
They're going to call it a competition, not a problem.
I'm Tom Martino, and on the theme of saving money, we did K&H Home Solutions, right, for windows and siding. We did Cam Solar for your solar system. We did Simply Floors for your floor coverings. We did Art of Granite for kitchens and cabinets. And buy and build now is for everything. Kitchen, cabinets, granite. They have tile, floor coverings, hardwoods. They have electrical fixtures, you know, fans and lights for a tenth of the cost of the big boxes or the big giant lighting stores. And you have plumbing fixtures, really cheap. I love this place. 4800 Washington Street, a big, ugly warehouse. Like the big, ugly owner, but I'm just kidding about the owner. He's not that big. Anyway, that joke's getting old. I got to come up with a new one. 4800 Washington Street, buy and build. Seriously, buyandbuild.net. It is really something you got to see. It's so cool. You just roam around, and you might go one day, not find what you want, and the next day it's there. You know, they get so much in and out of there. So give them a call, okay? And go see them. You'll love them. You really will. Their number, 303-295-6022, or just drop by. 4800 Washington Street, buyandbuild.net. Okay, now, let's talk. What is wrong with you? Let's talk to Marilyn. Marilyn, what's happening, Marilyn?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine, dear. What is happening?
Okay. So, Tom, I have a heck of a mess, and I took up against the wall.
Wait. You have what?
I have a big mess with Jefferson County.
Okay, what's wrong with what's going on at Jefferson County?
Well, when my father passed away, Jefferson County took my money that was left to me and put it with a woman. I probably shouldn't say her name.
Okay, Marilyn. Marilyn. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about something called a public trustee. You have to do me a favor, dear. I think you don't have to speak as loudly as you're speaking. I think you might be in a noisy area and your thinking will hear you better. But what's happening is it's clipping you. It's cutting you off. So just speak in a normal voice and we'll hear you just great. Now, why normally a public trustee is only appointed when no one else is available or wants the responsibility, or there's a lot of there's massive conflict within the estate, or someone dies without anyone. So why was a public trustee appointed to this estate?
To this day, I'm still trying to figure that out.
Well, Marilyn, do you have any siblings?
Yes, I do. I have a half-sister that was involved with this.
How many people altogether, how many heirs or potential heirs are there? Just
my
two.
sister and myself. Yes,
Okay, just two. And then how much was the estate? Total value, if you just had to guess.
It was about $700,000 or $750,000.
Okay, now this is your dad, right?
Yes.
He dies, and what did he have a will?
Yes, he did.
Okay, and did it name a personal representative?
Yes, that was me. And unfortunately...
Wait, Marilyn, who did it name as a personal representative?
Myself. It named me as...
Then if it named Marilyn as personal representative, why did Jefferson County appoint a public trustee?
Because I relinquished that responsibility.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you relinquished it because of a health emergency.
Yes.
Okay, now here's what happens. When a public trustee takes over, they bill the estate for every single minute. They usually bleed the estates dry. So, what happened in your case?
In my case, it was decided that the money would be put in her hands. It cannot be used for any food or shelter, period. Which I...
Wait. Yeah, wait. The money would be put in whose hands?
Into the trustee to dole out as...
Right, to dole out. Okay. Were you ruled incompetent by any chance, Marilyn?
No, I was not.
Okay. Then why is a public trustee doling out the money? I don't understand that. How do you mean doling out the money? Did the will leave it to you and your half-sister half and half, or in a different way?
It left it to us half and half.
Okay. Why is the public trustee still managing it? How long ago did the death happen?
It happened in 2011, and it was closed out in 2013.
Okay, from 2011 to roughly 2014, you had a public trustee. If you added up all of the fees that the trustee charged the estate, I'm not talking about money that went to your sister or to you, but all of the fees, what would it come to?
That's a really good question. As far as I know, she received $26,000 off the top when they decided to take my half of everything and put with her.
Well, hold on. Just your half went to the public trustee, not your sister's?
Yes.
Why would you... Wait a minute. So your half of the money was put with a trustee to dole out to you, but your sister got all of hers?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the reason for that, Marilyn, whether or not you want to agree, is because they don't think you're competent.
And they did a competency hearing, and I was ruled competent.
If you were ruled competent, then why did they keep the public trustee?
I do not know. I could not...
All right, you hold on. We need to get David Salisbury on this, but we need first to look up the case. We need to do this tomorrow. You know what? As Mark says something all the time. Something is missing.
That call was excruciating.
Something is missing. All right? We truly need to figure this out. But we can't do it without getting some kind of information from the case itself. Melissa, or not Melissa, but Marilyn, someone thinks you're incompetent. You said there was a competency hearing, but yet they still kept your money. It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Saving money is our theme. Century RV is our goal. If you want a used or new RV, you'll never find a bigger selection of either at than you will at Century RV. Century RV, a great place, 2 locations. On the 119 highway turnoff on I-25, that's north of the city, they have a service department and a showroom. And then they have a 32,000 square foot showroom in Lakewood, just north of 6th Avenue, between Kipling and Sims, next to Woodley's. If you're looking for an RV, don't just go on the internet blindly and search. Go over and see Century RV, or go up north and see them. They are continuing their Memorial Day celebration with a Cougar blowout sale. This means like they have the largest inventory of Cougars in the country, and they're slashing prices to the lowest they've ever been. CenturyRV.com, 303-453-1111.
Why was her calling to you? But she had it. She said she was rural. I know, but why would he even have it? Because she's a
So she was. She told me that the Olympic she was getting from Steve was her car payment insurance.
Because they.
She's living in her. No, I know, but she wouldn't give her any money. She's going to kick out of her.
They're doling the money out as they see fit. She even said in the beginning, the only money I'm getting is for food and housing.
No. She's not getting anything from food and housing. She's only getting for car and insurance. She's working.
Well, something. I mean, now listen. Public trustees are crooked motherfuckers.
I agree.
It's the worst system we ever had.
Absolutely. The judges, it's a back scratching thing.
They don't give a shit.
How to become a public trustee?
No, I'm telling you.
Yeah, why did you become one? I'm serious.
Very little oversight. Very.
How do you get to be one?
I got to be an lawyer. Attorney, I think. I mean, I don't know if there's a law that says you have to be an attorney, but everyone I've known was.
Isn't that crazy?
My first wife's dad died when she was 10, and he had $25,000 for life insurance. And when she couldn't get it because she was in Texas, so she was 21. And she turned 21. We drove down there. We were trying to figure out how much interest would be on that. She collected $666.66. $600. But wait a minute, though. But it was $25,000. How did it go down? The trustee took a fee every year. Isn't that? How many years? Well, she was 10. God, that makes 21. Wouldn't her guardian get it? Yeah. If she was 10. No, it was held in trust until she turned 21. Jesus, they should use house guardian. They should have used a guardian. He doesn't get her mom. Well, he could sure give you advice on. Her dad was the one that died. She lived with her mom all those years. But it was. I agree. The trustees. I'll bet you those judges are getting money. I think. Well, the trustees in bankruptcies are the fairest of the fair.
The bear just pokes again.
You know what's funny is they have a vested interest. I know. Absolutely. Absolutely. The best way to, when you make money, find a big bankruptcy. Very seldom do they have cash. But you find one where there's liquidated cash and they merge out. Create a claim. The trustee wants your claim to go through. They want it to
get their little cut.
Yeah, and it's funny because it could be a totally phony claim. And they'll say, yeah, let's entertain it.
Oh, what's the bankruptcy we had for the...
Do you realize that if I didn't fight, I don't even know why I did it. On my dime, I fought phony claims against the state. What difference did it make? My settlement amount was going to be the same, whether 10 people got it or 3 people got it. But I felt so incensed at people trying to put in a phony claim.
So there were phony claims?
Yes.
Did you try to track down the people? Is there a law?
I sued them. And I got them dismissed.
No. Is there a law against putting a phony claim?
Well, they don't. I imagine there would be, right? I mean, I imagine you're lying, right? But no one has ever pursued for it. It's looked at like, well, they thought they had a claim. You know, I gotta tell you, Dan, my trustee would have just paid out fucking claims. And I don't know why I did it. Why? I mean, it didn't do me one bit of good.
I just couldn't stand the idea. One guy I sold an airplane to claimed that it was that I endangered his life and all this and sued me. It was I had sold it 3 years prior, and the son of a bitch has been flying around and ran out of gas. He landed in a field. Your fault. He landed in a field and sued the bankruptcy. And I literally, he got an attorney locally. And you know what they said to me? Well, if you don't pay this, we'll go to the media. And I said, go to the fucking media. I mean, it was outrageous to me. So I sued the son of a bitch. I would not allow it. I just wouldn't allow it.
Until there's laws against it. Look at the women that are pulling back their claims of sexual harassment. There's a football player that just did, and he got cut from the NFL.
Why did they pull it back?
She said it didn't happen.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK. Listen, people, when it comes to public trustees and estates, this is not the first time we've gotten this kind of complaint. We get them often. So, Plumline Services right now is doing half-off air conditioning with the purchase of a complete system. That's a furnace and an AC, Plumline Services. So, if you're looking for air conditioning, get half off, and then get your furnace at the same time. Many times they're matched and they're together, and this could be a great deal for you. You get utility company rebates of, I think, like $1,500, and you get some savings. So it all comes out to be a great deal for AC right now. 303-586-1086, 303-586-1086, plumlineservices.com. So, with public trustees, what are they? They are people that probate courts put in charge of an estate when there's a conflict or they don't know what to do. I don't know why this woman was ordered to go to a public trustee, but it was probably because they thought she was incompetent or something. But public trustees are notorious for basically stealing. Now, they don't call it stealing, they call it fees. But you can have an estate that just sitting there will extinguish itself from fees every year. Just being the trustee will be thousands and thousands of dollars a year, even with doing nothing. Then every time they perform a service of any kind, or talk to the judge, or file a motion, thousands of dollars are billed against the estate. It's the worst thing that could ever happen to an estate is a public trustee. And it's not, I don't think that they're just purposely dishonest. It's just the system. It's the system. It's the worst thing that can happen. If you've ever been involved in an estate with a public trustee, let me know. And let's talk about it, because it's outrageous. Clint, you said one time years ago you were, right, Clint?
Yeah, my first wife.
And there was a $25,000 life insurance policy. Not much, right?
Yeah.
But you figured you'd get something out of it, or she would.
Well, we were trying to figure out what the interest
was. What was it, like 10 years? What did it sit there?
He died when she was 10, and she couldn't get it till she was 21, state of Texas.
So 11 years it sat there, $25,000. But at the same time, the trustee, the public trustee, because she was a minor, was taking a fee every year. Right. So if you have a $25,000 policy sitting there for 11 years making interest, at the 11th year, how much did she get?
$666.66.
Sign of the devil, even. 66666. Okay, so basically, that trustee raped this account.
Oh, we raised
hell. Pillaged it.
Yeah, we raised hell down in Texas about it, and they said that was a standard fee per year.
Wow. 303-713-8255. Ken, welcome. What's going on, Ken?
Hey, Tom.
Yes,
listen,
sir.
I've got an incredible story.
What is it?
I called you before. Well, first of all, I had a truck stolen. Okay, we knew that's a long story, but bad luck for me.
What happened?
Okay, I looked forever, and I found another truck. Buy a beautiful truck.
Yes.
And unfortunately, the block was leaking. My mechanic tells me
this is after you bought it.
After I bought it. Yes.
Ooh, okay.
So anyway, I talked to you, and you told me that naturally, what I already knew, I bought it as is. So naturally, they
unless. But I always say unless they purposely lied or covered something up, and you can prove that, which is very seldom. So what happened?
Okay. So anyway, I called back when Mark was doing the show, and I talked with Mark, and he was going to talk with them and do whatever he could if necessary. So anyway, I went back to the dealership. They naturally wanted Toyota to check it out. Toyota checked it out and confirmed what my mechanic said. But I love the truck, and this dealership said, listen, I guess we're going to have to give you your money back, which surprised me. But they were going to give me my money back, and I said,
"But why? Just because they're good guys?"
Yeah. Well, you got to hear this whole.
Yeah,
story.
Go ahead, quick.
So anyway, but I love the truck, and so I thought, a new engine in the truck going to cost me $7,000, but then I've got a new engine. And I love this truck, and I looked forever for one in this kind of condition.
You're giving me more detail. We're not getting to the story, and I'm running out of time. It's not that I don't want to listen. Go ahead.
Okay, so anyway, I made them an offer. I said, if you'll give me my S10 back and $1,000, I'll keep this truck and put a new engine in it. They agreed. They gave me my S10 back, which I value a lot. I've done a lot of work on it, and gave me $1,000.
So you kept the truck, got your trade plus $1,000, and you were able to make yourself happy. Now, Ken, if there's any more details, I'll let you talk. But people, this is a good example of why I need to interrupt now and then.
Student loans. Call.
This guy called when his Toyota pickup originally got totaled. Remember? It was a super nice truck.
I thought he said it was an S10.
No, he had a Toyota pickup. Okay. Totaled somehow. He finally found this really clean one. He calls it. And then the engine, that was the one about welding the block. God, remember that?
I remember the welding the block.
It's the same guy, same truck. But he had the first one bad, then he bought this one. Yeah, remember the welding the block call? I had a little dealer where he got his shoes, and he loved it.
I had a little creamer of the coffee,
and he loved it. I cannot get over this headline. What? This American scraping swimsuit competition. It will no longer judge contestants based on physical appearance. In place of the swimsuit portion of the competition, the contestants will now take part of a live interactive session with the judges.
That's going to be a good one.
The organization is also getting rid of the evening gown. They're looking for beautiful brains.
Are they really? For the evening gown, they can wear anything they want.
So what the hell are they going to do with the paint? It's supposed to be the beautiful. No, they want them to wear attire that makes them feel confident and expresses their personal style.
They want larger.
I fucking predict this fucking thing is gone in 4 years. Or it'll kill this America competition.
Trump sold it, right? He used to have it.
Yeah, of course he cashed out.
Oh, speaking of,
did you hear Trump sent the no, he owned the World Team packet today? Yeah.
Yesterday.
What yesterday?
Philadelphia Eagles.
What about it?
Told me they don't want him at the White House.
Told him to stay away, kneeling down.
And 6 of them or so said they wouldn't come in because they didn't like them.
Plus they were kneeling at the why would they be there anyway? What they won the Super Bowl? Oh, it's pretty long. Was. Not now.
No one wants to see. No one wants to be associated with Trump because he's the worst man that ever lived. That was ever born.
I know. That was ever born. I agree with him not having him in there. Poking motherfucker. They're giving Trump crap about being so petty over it. But you know what? If he doesn't fight the little things, he does go after little things. He defends the little things, but he defends all of them. I'm not upset about him defending some of that. I don't care.
It's just
they think it's below. Here we go. Come on with
your news. No, it's the news. You got to go through it and say, okay, how are they spending this? You got to go in there. Okay, they're okay. Just like when it first came out when they interviewed, not Sessions, Giuliani, and Giuliani in a big long thing said, yeah, he probably could pardon himself.
Yeah, but that's not what he was saying.
Right, I know it. But that's how that's the headline came. I know. Giuliani says Trump can pardon him.
It was even worse than that. It said Trump can pardon himself because he tweeted it. Okay. I can pardon myself.
Are you?
Go ahead, come after me.
Are you?
I pardoned myself.
Do you get upset about his tweets? No. I don't read them. Huh? I don't do anything.
I just read them either,
but people talk like it's beneath the president to be tweeting back and fighting these little petty things. But I feel like you don't fight the little ones, battles you don't win the big ones.
What he really brought out is how biased the media is.
Oh, yeah.
But they're biased for every conservative. Yeah, I mean, you could have Romney in there. I mean, look at this.
When I ran for office, they went back and did background checks on everybody. And they were calling everybody up and asking things about this. And I said, no, did you really yell at the police department over the phone? Oh, yes, really? I did. Yeah, well, yeah, I did. And I got in trouble for it, too.
That was in your background?
Yeah, that was in my background. They yelled at the police department, the sheriff's department. Did you do that? Wasn't that disrespect? Huh?
Damn it, Clint. What the hell you?
You know, and I said, well, there's two other things involving this department. I got 2 hero awards. Are you going to put those in there or just the negative stuff? They said, no, you're conservative. We're just doing the negative stuff. They said that to me. And I,
Who said that to you?
The 31, Channel 31.
Wait, what did they say?
I was running for office.
Right.
And they went into background checks and found anything in background like DUIs. And in my case, I had a thing where I yelled at the police department got in trouble. And they asked about that. And I said, well, are you adding anything good on this? Is it really a background of what we're doing? They said, no, we're going after conservatives. We're only doing the negative stuff. That's exactly what he said to me. It's on my going after me. They did.
No, they wouldn't be that stupid. They put it in writing.
It was a new report.
Where is it in writing? Oh, it was when they called me up. And they said, I'm sure. And nobody's perfect. And if you don't want me to, if you don't want to vote for me because I yelled at the police department, don't vote for me. They were kind of surprised because most of the guys wouldn't even go on. I probably shouldn't have. What do you mean you yelled? Oh, I was embarrassed. I had gotten angry about my place being broken into 4 times.
But you don't get arrested for it.
Oh, yeah, well, I'll explain later. I don't want to explain it.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I didn't threaten them. I threatened the person breaking in. I was making my day long. You can make your day, but you can't threaten to do it. That's premeditated. Seriously.
Right.
I got in trouble for it.
We got an EM-based website. I wonder if that website.
Here, I got to look. I got to call on this one to know.
I mean, get to tell you how much bullshit passes through this. Son of a bitch, someone already owns it. What? I thought I had the best domain ever. What was it? Website.
So I got to call.
Yeah, except you'll always find everything's taken. What is it?
You guys just sit around and out there and said all this stuff is wrong. Take these things up and buy them up, hoping to sell them. Is that what they do?
Many times. It's called squatting.
Oh yeah, I've heard that term. I didn't know what that was for. Squatting? Yeah.
Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. We are here to help you solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints. This hour brought to you by Fix It 24/7. Fix It 24/7. Welcome. Now, we solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, make your life a little easier. Been doing it for nearly 40 years here in Denver alone, not to mention elsewhere, recovering hundreds of millions of dollars. And we want to help you. All you have to do is call. Spread that word out. Help. But here's what really helps. If you listen and hear something here and then tell others about it to warn them so we don't have the same recurring problem over and over and over. And then encourage people to call us for help. And then, of course, use referralist.com for protection. I mean, it stands to reason we truly believe in that, and we truly do go out of our way to protect people. And Fix It 24/7. What do? Well, they do plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric. And you can avail yourself of a professional in any one of those fields to come to your home and diagnose a problem for just $39. Fix It 24/7. We'll send someone there if it takes all day, whatever. Like with electrical, the diagnostics is what costs money, you know, and to fix it sometimes is just a few bucks. So you get $39 tops. That's what you pay to get a complete diagnosis. If you decide to have the work done, you don't even pay the $39. You just pay the repair. They credit you the $39. Take them up on it. You'll love these people. FixMyHome.com, FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939. And speaking of helping people, let's get right to it.
I got a prediction first, so.
Go ahead.
I'm pretty good at these. Remember Trump? I said Trump would win, and you, of course, were a naysayer for years, and he won. I'm just saying. I predict.
I
ready?
did not think he was going to win, okay?
I know you didn't, so most people didn't. I don't fault you in that. The Miss America pageant, I predict will be gone in 3 years.
Or less.
You want to know why?
Well, there's no reason to have them anymore. They're outdated. They're stupid. And they're also trying to dance around the fact that it was a beauty contest.
It's a pageant.
It was.
It was.
And
now,
they're trying to change it.
No longer any swimsuits, no longer any evening gowns. They're going to have discussions with the judges. Now, I've never watched one of these in my life. But, my God, the people that do, why would they watch
If there's no swimsuit, no evening gown, just open it up to people.
It's a discussion.
A people pageant.
A people pageant. But a pageant's actually a beauty thing.
Well, they're not even calling it a pageant anymore. It's a competition. But what is it a competition for?
No idea. Have you ever watched one, literally?
No.
I haven't either.
You know, when I was younger, I remember thinking we would pick the winner, you know, like, hey, I think she's going to win, or you just for grins, but I never watched the dang thing.
It's so PC. I mean, they're ruining themselves.
Stupid. Well, no. I think the thing's stupid even when they
To begin with, yeah.
Yeah, just the whole thing to begin with is so stupid and outdated. Think of how many things are outdated nowadays. It's amazing to me. I was thinking of things going out of business. Like, look at taxis. You know, you're not going to have taxis anymore, that old model.
Not unless if they change something with the regulations with Uber. No way. They're outdated. It's a bad model.
There are so many things. Newspapers. I mean, it's so funny. Newspaper. Who cares about a newspaper and delivering a newspaper?
Think of the money Uber's putting into driverless sedans right now. They are pumping money into it like you wouldn't believe. So even the Uber driver is going to be a thing of the past soon.
You know, the whole thing is just... If you try to predict what's going to be big and what's not, it's scary. Listen, media is in trouble because social media now puts people not quite on an even par, but damn close. I mean, when you can have people, you know, being misquoted, and then they go on YouTube and can show the behind the scenes or other photos, that's why people, you know, think about this. If you're ever interviewed for TV or radio, videotape it yourself. And then run it on YouTube and see, then people can see the difference between the raw stuff and how they edited it. I just think social media is one of the biggest things because the evening news is no longer that. Why wait around for news? You get news instantly at your fingertips. So let's talk to Melissa about Arapahoe Kia. What is going on?
So I had taken my car in for some recalls, and I asked them to check my check engine light because it goes on and off. And so they did that, and I said, well...
What was it in there for?
Just the recalls.
Okay, how many recalls? Do you recall?
2.
2 recalls. Okay, and then you said, by the way, check the engine light.
Yeah, and I also needed an oil change, and I wanted them to do a transmission flush. It's up to 96,000 miles, so I said go ahead and do the transmission flush.
So oil, engine transmission. What happened?
So they said go eat lunch, go do whatever, and we'll call you. So first the guy calls me and says, hey, have you ever thought about trading in your car? And I'm like, no. And he said, well, let me see how much you can get for it, and we can talk later. And I was like, okay, whatever. So then the guy calls me back, and he's like, so bad news, you need a new engine. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, well, we heard the knocking in your car because it sounds like something's loose. So I told him that...
Now, Melissa, had you heard a knocking?
Yeah, but
it actually, her invoice actually says check engine goes on and off while accelerating. Here's knocking. I mean, that...
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so it sounds like something...
So before they even looked at it, there was something going on. So
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and So I had taken it in before to get the check engine light checked, and it said manifold air pressure sensor. So that's what I Googled it, because I'm a single mom.
I don't think that. I don't know if that would cause the knocking, but
no. So
what ended up happening?
So I told him to check that too, the air pressure sensor. I said, because the light keeps coming on and then it goes off, and they said, oh, well, the system rechecks itself and it fixes itself. So that's. But I'm like, how come? There's got to be something wrong with that if the light keeps coming on every time, and it's always that manifold air pressure sensor or whatever it's called. So when they call me back, they're like, you need a new engine. I'm like, how can you tell that just by looking at it? And he's like, well, because of the knocking. And I'm like, what it does.
Well, they might have done other tests, did they?
No, I don't think so. They didn't. Well, they told me we won't know for sure unless we pull the whole engine out, which we don't want to do because the guy that works here has worked here a long time.
How many miles on this, dear?
96,000.
And what's the warranty period?
It was was it?
Did you buy it new?
No, you know what? No, it was 100,000, but
what year
I wasn't
is this?
The original owner.
What year is this?
2011.
Okay, so where are we going with this story? I want you to say, I think I should get, or I think they did. Just tell me. Just tell me what's going on. Just tell me.
When I initially wrote in, all I wanted to know is I had heard you say before that there is a dealership that will help single mothers and give them a discount.
Okay.
So I was just going to take my car in.
Okay.
And I'm sure it's that manifold pressure sensor. So
not if it's knocking. I would guess she probably does need an engine.
But maybe, right? But here's one good thing, Melissa. I doubt that Arapahoe Kia or anyone else, I don't think they caused the problem. So whatever so whatever the problem is, it is. And that's just the way it is. So let's assure you of this. We can at least get you an honest-to-God diagnosis, okay? And we can probably get that done pretty much free or very low cost for if that's what we simply need to do, is get you a diagnosis.
In no certain terms, though, they're saying it needs either a long block or a short block. All they're saying on the invoice is if she wants to know actually what caused it, they got to tear it down. But why would anybody pay for that if you need it anyhow? So she needs an engine. That's the bottom line.
That's what they're saying. Now, how do you feel about Arapahoe Kia?
I don't know much about them, but I got to tell you, just reading this, it's hard when it's a bottom-end noise like that on the bottom end of the engine. I mean, if it's there, it's there.
Connecting
a stethoscope will tell you.
It's a connecting rod.
Yeah.
Okay. So with a connecting rod, they could literally fix just the connecting rod, but the labor is the expensive thing. And so while the engine is open, see, Melissa, technically you don't need an engine necessarily if it's just one connecting rod. But no one opens the bottom of an engine and fixes just one thing.
Not with 100,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
Because the labor to open the bottom is the same labor it takes to replace everything, and to replace everything is not the expense. The expense is in the tear down and putting back together. That's why they say you need an engine. I know a lot of people, they say, well, what's the difference? There's a big difference. It's not that you need a whole new engine. Not every component has failed. But the component that did fail is in a place that it's going to take all of that labor anyway to get to it, so you might as well just change everything.
And Hands of the Carpenter is who she's talking about. They're on the referral list for single mothers and help, but they're not going to do a full engine or a transmission. I don't think so. It's worth the call.
I think I'm wanting an honest opinion, because they told me we're not even going to do the oil change and transmission flush because your engine is
don't you think that's nice?
Look what they charged her.
Melissa,
seriously, look what they charged her.
Nothing, zero.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why you're so hostile towards this company.
Yeah.
I understand you're a single mother, but why are you so hostile towards them? I have got no dog in this fight.
I understand, Melissa, really. You are kind of like you say they won't even change your oil. Would you rather that you spend $300 or $400 on a car that's that's no good? They're saying,
Well, no.
we don't want to do the oil change. We're doing you a favor by not doing it.
But I took it for a second opinion to my friend, and he has his own shop, but he does work at a Kia dealership.
And what did he say?
Took it in. He said there's nothing wrong with my engine.
Now, hold on.
It does sound like there's something loose.
Why did you wait till the very end to tell us that? He actually did a diagnostic, so you don't need us to tell you. Your friend told you you do not need an engine. Okay, well, guess what? Arapahoe Kia did nothing wrong because they didn't charge you a dime. But you're saying, you're thinking they purposely said you needed an engine, lied to you on purpose in order to sell you an engine. Is that what you're saying? I mean, I need to get to...
they wanted me to trade my car in because they were like, well, we'll give you...
Gotcha.
We'll give you $1,000 for your car.
Okay.
And I'm like, $1,000?
So,
and they said, well,
your friend, what's the name of your friend's shop?
Well, I don't think it really, it's kind of a side shop. But
it's not relevant.
No. Does he have diagnostic equipment?
Yeah, well, he took it to a Kia dealership that he works at. I think it's
Moving
target.
So,
Lakewood.
So, Melissa, this is serious, though. If your friend, you have an invoice from that other dealer, can I have it? Because I'll call Arapahoe Kia. Seriously, if they told you need an engine and you don't, that's pretty serious.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me the name?
I don't have an invoice from him because it's just a friend of mine.
I call phony baloney.
What do you call phony?
The whole thing. If someone else looked at it, it's exactly what she's saying now. It was just a friend. I mean, I bet if we bring it anywhere, in fact, let's bet lunch, Melissa, let's bet whatever you want, it probably needs an engine.
Melissa, did you call us for a third opinion? If so, let's do it. Is that what you called us for?
And it won't cost you anything. Let's have her bring it over to someone in the next hour and a half. If she's anywhere in Denver Metro, I'll make it happen and we'll get a free opinion for her.
No, we should. Don't you want to know, or are you pretty much confident?
No, I do want to know. I mean, of course I want to know, but the thing is I initially just called to see, find someone to help me fix my car.
But yeah, okay, but you understand, Melissa, you understand. In order to find someone to fix it, what do we have to do first? We have to find out what it needs.
Yeah.
Okay,
no, I agree.
So, if it needs an engine, then that's one place we go. If there's just something knocking around, but the dealer that you went to, I would love to talk to your friend. I just love to talk to him. We don't have to use his name. We don't have to get him in trouble. I just want to talk to him before we go chasing.
What area are you in?
Yeah.
I'm in Aurora. I'm over by the airport.
We can help you.
Sheridan.
Here's what we're going to do. Okay? Now, first and foremost, Suzanne, ask her if we can talk to her friend. Let's just talk to him. We won't use his real name, whatever, because if he works for a place, let's just talk to him. Then, if she's in Sheridan, let's try Sheridan Auto Tech and talk to Kevin. Mark's going to coordinate this, but first, I want to talk to her friend. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Speaking of auto repair, we also have Pro Auto Care. Pro Auto Care, listen, all of our shops are honest, forthright, and they know what they're doing. They're skilled. Pro Auto Care, in business, 26 years. It's a family business. I mean, he's got his wife working. He's got his son who's an ASE certified tech. Pro Auto Care, 2 locations near Evans and I-25. You just go east and north on Dahlia. And then south of Bowles on Santa Fe, right near Arapahoe Community College on West Church. And they can do diagnostics. They can do alignment checks. They can do all kinds of checks. They do courtesy checks if you're going on a summer road trip. They also, of course, have specials. If you go to their website and check out their specials, you click on my name, and you'll find what they have for our listeners, 303proauto.com. You get roadside assistance in between each and every repair. 303-PRO-AUTO or 303proauto.com.
This report.
Case, Tom offered to reboot my case. I spoke with Suzanne, who said, yes, when my pain's gone. Then this morning I get an email from Clint, and this is what it says. The email's from May 11th. So I emailed the guy back. You're confused, Steve. That email was from May 11th, not yesterday. So we'll see what he says.
Is he on?
No. Then the second thing is, this is a curious call. Brian's son was driving his car, totaled it. Insurance sends Brian a check. Brian does not use that check to pay the loan off. He takes it to go buy a new car.
He's in trouble.
Now the insurance wants the title and everything else. He's like, I asked the insurance company if they wanted this money or if I should take this money to the dealer.
First of all, they should have never given him the check.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to get Compass on for that.
Their collateral is gone.
It should have never happened that way.
The insurance company should have never issued without the lien holder's name on
I
it.
brought it to another mechanic, which then turned into, I brought it to a friend of mine that brought it to another mechanic. Then it turned into, I brought it and had someone.
You know what? The
Why do
issue is
people
going to resolve
bullshit?
itself in 500 miles. If it's really got a rod knock in 500 miles, it's going to get a lot worse.
Well, you'll know. I mean, it's evident if it's fucked up.
Yeah, if it's a rod knock, it's going to get a lot worse than 500 miles. And we'll be certain that that's
Would you
what's
whistle
wrong.
on that? I just want to see this one microphone. Just whistle.
Do you know? Oh, did you know? Listen to this. You've heard that before, right? It's backwards.
Yeah.
How did you know that? I've told you that before.
It's common sense, Mark.
It is not common sense. I fucking uncovered that years ago.
I was there way ahead of you.
It's news to me.
Yep. Is backwards.
Yeah, it is. Yes, yes, it is.
I discovered that.
What's... How did you were playing stuff backwards when you were taking your...
We're such
You
masters.
were playing the White Album
Useless
backwards?
trivia.
It was just,
Right where John Lennon goes.
Satan is coming. Satan is coming.
That was Kiss if you played it backwards, although there was nothing there. Do you remember that, though? Back in the day, people would say, oh, if you play Van Halen or Kiss backwards,
Oh,
you'll
God,
hear
yes.
satanic.
Yes, I remember.
You could take any album, and if you played it back at the right speed, you're going to hear something if you do it.
Sounds like it.
Because it changes.
We were trying to figure out how to make the record player arm go the other way around. Doesn't work.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
To make it play backwards, I remember, and then finally...
No, you got to actually turn it.
Back then.
You got to turn it to the,
We didn't think of
table.
that.
Or put the needle backwards.
Well, we played it onto a recorded
needle.
tape, and then we played the tape backwards.
No, you can't put the needle backwards.
Of course you can.
No, the needle goes down like this. If you would put it backwards and goes like this, it's not going to play it backwards.
No. You would flip the record upside down, then play the needle on the bottom. You'd flip it around.
Oh,
and
I
then
see
it
what
would
you're
literally
saying.
be
Boy,
playing
how
backwards.
the hell would you do that on a
Well, you
turntable?
turn it over.
Yeah, if it's a tone arm, it would fall away from this, or the record would fall off the platter, too. I don't know, we recorded it on tape, and then played the tape backwards.
But that's how you would do it.
And it was just... It was just stupid.
So much for your idea of not working.
You know, I've got
So we've had lunch that the friend will be calling into you, so you'll owe me another lunch there, Tommy.
No, no, she's just trying to find out. She just did say it's smoked.
She said it's smoked, too.
Yeah, when she hit the... It's all right.
That's a big sign that's got a rod going.
She needs an end.
Yeah. But in
I just didn't like how she was dogging them. I don't even like Kia. I don't like Arapahoe Kia. But my God, they didn't charge her one nickel. Wouldn't do the oil change because they know it's a waste of money, and the vehicle it could be held together by sludge at this point.
You know, like I say, in another week or two, if it's a rod knock, we'll know for sure.
And they're offering her $1,000 for it.
So wasn't it 2015?
I have Compass
11.
on for that insurance call, Tom, and then Fred Mechanic, who works for a different Kia, whatever, he said he won't come on. So, I'll let
Why?
you know. He
Why?
said, she
Because
says, I
it's
got to his girlfriend says he won't come on.
all phony baloney, bud.
She's full of shit. Yeah, something wrong there. More half a story.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. John Fuller is a personal injury attorney. What does that mean? You know, people don't understand what personal injury attorneys do. They make people's lives full after they've been robbed from it for somebody's negligence. But you don't always have a bad guy when you get injured. Sometimes you do. A good attorney will help you determine that. A bad attorney is going to make all kinds of promises and never do anything, or lie to you, or exaggerate. John Fuller won't do that, but when he takes your case, you can be damn sure he will work it, and he will get you the max that he possibly can. John Fuller, Fuller Law, personalinjuryco.com is his website. He's a good guy. You know, you can go to one of these TV attorneys with all these fancy nicknames, the strong ass, the big arms, whatever they call themselves, bulldogs, bears, you know, octopuses, whatever. Anyway, 303, John Fuller's the real deal. 303-597-4500.
How come he doesn't have a moniker?
597-4500. Well, you know why? Because he doesn't have that bull crap moniker.
What, you got to be on TV to have a moniker?
No. It's just crap. I mean, come on. Although, you know, listen.
The good guy.
Yeah.
The real deal.
All right. So, first, Melissa. Melissa, your friend won't come on, right? He won't talk to us. We just wanted to talk to him. Why?
Well, and
we're not challenging him. We just want to talk to him.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Melissa, what do you want? What do you want us to do? Arapahoe Kia said you needed an engine. Your friend says you don't need one. So be happy. Why? By the way, if your friend took it to a dealer and they said you don't need an engine, what did they say the knock was then? What did they all? I mean.
Well, yeah, he doesn't. He didn't know. And you know what? The knock only happens when I go over a bump, so it sounds like something's loose.
Okay. And it could be. But why wouldn't the dealer look into it? If they were there diagnosing the engine, why wouldn't they then tell you what the knock was?
Because he just took it over there to put it on a machine, and then he brought it back to his shop, and he said, let me look underneath. He was just doing me a favor. Like, there was no invoice. It was free. He just...
Okay.
I just
well,
wanted,
here's the thing.
I thought...
Mark, I don't even know what we're going to do, because I don't think Melissa's being truthful with us, but I do think she does need help. And, I think that
I think it needs an engine. I mean, regardless of any of the other crap, I think it needs an engine, and that's what we're going to be told no matter where she brings it.
Can we have her take us somewhere and check it out?
She can bring it over to Sheridan. I'll make sure there's no charge, and he gives it a look. Yes, absolutely.
And can you arrange that, please, and try to do it today? Melissa, we're going to help you. 303-713-TALK. So we have an insurance problem here, and I do have Jeremy from Compass Insurance listening. They are our insurance experts. Brian, explain the situation to us, please.
Okay, my son had gotten an accident, and they totaled the car.
Oh, they totaled it, okay.
Yeah, they totaled the car, the insurance company did.
How much?
Well, the car was a 2017.
No, I'm asking how much was the total with the claim? How much?
Oh, they gave me like $10,000.
Okay.
For the car.
All right. So now what?
So they didn't put the check in the bank's name. I had a loan on the bank with the car.
Oh, that's a mistake. They are co-insured, so they made the check out to you. Oh, that's okay. You can simply write it over to the loan, because you under your loan documents, if you get an insurance check, you're required to pay them first.
Okay. Well,
okay. So what happened?
I asked the insurance company, shouldn't that check go to the bank? And he said no.
Well, it doesn't matter what the insurance company says. You have a loan with a bank, and that loan says that car is collateral, and that loan also says if there is damage to that car, you're obligated to fix it, or if the car is totaled, they get paid first, you make up the difference, or you get gap insurance. I mean, it doesn't matter what the insurance guy is not is not the bank. He can't tell you what to do with that money.
But what's the problem?
Well, I don't even know what the problem is. What's the problem?
I went and bought another car.
Who did?
Exactly like it. I did.
Well, what did you do? How much did you owe on this car?
The money that they gave me. I owed $16,000 on the car.
What did you plan to do with that $16,000 loan?
I'm still paying it.
You were going to pay it, but they don't have any collateral anymore.
Well, the bank told me I'm doing the right thing.
No, they didn't.
Fargo did.
No, they didn't. Nope.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't. Nope. Brian, so you're telling me the bank is okay. You tell me this for sure. The bank says it's okay that you continue to make the payments even though the car is totaled and we no longer have collateral. They said it's fine.
They said I was doing the right thing.
Did they roll the new one in?
Just wait. What does that mean, doing the right thing? I don't even know what that means.
I guess it means that I'm paying my loan.
Okay, well, of course you're doing the honorable thing, of course, because you're still paying. But it's not right, because as soon as they find out there is no car, they're going to call.
They know that. I had already told them this.
Are they going to call the? Are they going to call the loan due?
They haven't said anything to me about it.
Okay, Brian, we're playing a game here, and here's why. No matter what planet you're living on, you have violated the terms of your loan. Now, whether or not some stupid clerk says, hey, you're doing the right thing, keep paying on it, if that bank finds out there is no car, then that note's going to be called due. I'm just telling you the facts of life, because I don't want you to be blindsided.
Right.
I mean, I could tickle your ears and I could say, okay, Brian, don't worry about it. He bought a car. Congratulations. You put one over on him. Okay, so here's what I need to get to. Rather than spouting off, why did you call? What can we do for you?
Well, I was just wondering why the bank or why the insurance company would say that I didn't have to do that, because this is the first new car I've ever bought in my life.
Okay. So you're wondering, hold on, but why are you even wondering that if the bank doesn't care, you said, and the insurance doesn't care? Why do you care?
Because the insurance company is the one calling me, asking me about the title.
What are they asking you?
Well, they want the title to the car, but the car has a loan on, that...
Well, of course they want a title, because the insurance company totaled it. Of course they want the title. They totaled the car. They literally bought that wreck from you. That's what they did.
Right.
So you have to give them the title. Did you truly
But he can't get the title because he didn't pay off the loan.
Brian, did you truly believe? Now, I know you didn't do this intentionally to be like a scammer. No. This is the first new car you ever bought. You are totally confused. So here's what you got a big problem, okay? Did you pay cash for that second car?
Yes, I did.
Okay, now,
so you need to get gap insurance.
Listen, you need to, no, I'm talking about the second car. Did you pay?
Right. They won't let you get gap insurance if you pay cash.
What difference does it make? You don't need gap insurance because it's cash. I'm asking you this. Would your bank at Wells Fargo, since they said they have no problem with what you're doing at all, they have no problem, would your bank, Wells Fargo, take this car as collateral, the new car you bought, the other car? Was it the same exact car?
Yes.
You need to go to Wells Fargo and say, I made a terrible mistake. This car was totaled. Hold on, I know. Do what I'm saying. Tell them you made a terrible mistake. Ask them if they would please take this car instead as collateral. They would be in the same exact position as they were before, the same position, and then give you the title to the old one to turn into the insurance.
Is your credit okay?
Yeah.
Now,
you might be able to refi
How many miles on that previous car?
23,000.
How many on this one?
Right now there's 26,000.
Almost the same.
Yeah.
So you better
2017.
I understand. Let's hope that Wells Fargo will take the second car you bought as collateral. Then
I had called them and asked them that.
And what did they say?
They told me they didn't want the title to this car.
Why?
They didn't give me no reason. They just said I could get
because it's unorthodox.
Loan.
What? They said you can get another loan?
I could get a personal loan and pay the other car off.
Well, that's what you need to do. Because if they won't take it, you have to do that. They still don't know that car was totaled, Brian. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, they do. I called them and told them.
No, you didn't tell the right people. They don't know that. Because
I called dealer services.
They're going to call the loan due. Do you understand that, Brian?
Right.
You do know they're not going to let you pay on a phantom title, on a phantom car. They're not going to let you do it. Hold on a second. I have to take a break. This is the most preposterous thing I've ever heard. Brian, I know you didn't do it on purpose. I know you didn't. But you know what you do? You're these kind of people that call, and as soon as you hear what you want to hear, whether it's right or not, you don't probe anymore. You just stop because you hope things will go away. You hope things will work out. I'm going to give you an action plan. Since they won't take it as collateral, we have to come up with another plan. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center have these new digital high-tech hearing aids. hearing devices, they call them, and they will interface with your smartphone. I'm going to get one that interfaces with my iPhone. These are wonderful hearing aids, and they even have some tinnitus treatment built in that help you dull the tinnitus and eventually forget the tinnitus. Now, there are other just tinnitus treatments if you want them, or there are these high-tech hearing aids if you have hearing loss and tinnitus, or you can just get hearing aids just for hearing loss. Whatever your condition, the great news is that Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center can deal with it. They're good people. You will truly love the way they do business, and they always allow free trial periods. 303-534-0163. I am a patient. I love these people. 303-534-0163. The website is helpforringing.com.
Insurance on that first car? That might help a little bit. I'll bet you anything he never listed the lost pay on that first car.
Look at Steve's latest email.
What are you talking about? That he never let the insurance company know there was a lost pay. There's no way they'd issue that check on a total loss without the bank on it.
But the insurance company should know that because they have
If he never let them know.
Well, when you take out a loan, they make you bring them proof of insurance.
I know, but somehow.
And they have to be named.
Somebody dropped the ball somewhere, but I bet the insurance company doesn't have a lost pay on that car. Doesn't have a bank listed.
Well,
God, if we would never, when I worked, everywhere I ever went, if there was a bank listed on a car,
Try. Oh my God, it's hilarious.
Carly.
Refresh. Maybe he just sent it to me. Like.
What did he write?
Basically, Clint did send that to him this morning, not on May 11th. I mean, just so
Okay.
he must have accidentally just
Now,
replayed to me.
If he says that,
Well,
then we're not going to do. Then then we're not going to.
Okay. Then I was.
And tell him if we can't even agree to a date the email was sent, we're not going to deal with it. We cannot deal with it.
All right.
Okay? Send that to me. Send that, and I'll respond to it.
Okay. Was I supposed to hold Compass over for the call?
There's nothing there for Compass. Compass really has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
I mean, in other words, there's no insurance.
Is the email I sent to him there? There was a
Yeah, it's from May 11th.
Tom, but if he has gap insurance, he knew about gap insurance. I know he's kind of ignorant on it, but that might help pay a little more than the $10,000 because he had a $16,000 loan.
Yeah. I'll ask him.
You're rough enough to the Steve guy.
I sent him a nice
make
thing
him cry again.
telling him that, we weren't being short with
Let's
him.
get him on. Why isn't he on the air? Why do we always talk about him, but we
He
never put him on?
refuses to acknowledge that Clint sent that email on May 11th. So if we can't even come to that agreement,
Get him on.
The guy's insane.
Get him on.
He is. He makes good radio.
Oh, yeah, he does.
The nut.
I don't remember when I sent the email.
It says May 11th. You can't fake that.
Yo, you couldn't go in there and fake that.
Even my nut radar went off on him.
I told him to get an attorney.
Well, yeah, I told him
I
the story
have
of my friend,
2G radio.
Dr. Attorney, and
He's got
the lady
5G.
that, I think
I received an email 9:51 this morning. Clint did not email me in May. I responded to the email I received. Okay.
Send it to me. I want to see it.
Ask her to send it.
Clint probably. Hey, can you forward that email to me, please? From the nut.
Who knows? It could have gone out this morning. This is
It can't go out this morning on the fucking header. You can't fake the header.
The date?
Okay? Even if you wanted to do it, Clint, you can't fake it, man. You know, it was written when it was written. It's just the way it is.
I bet the CEO of Google could take that.
Comey could do it.
The guy has a technical car question, Tom. Do you want me to hold him off till Friday? I didn't want to put that on the air unless you. Okay, I'll tell him.
If Miss America
don't answer to him yet. I want to write this.
From the nut. I'm just saying.
Oh.
I don't have a very good nut radar.
I received this email at 9:51 this morning. Clint did not email me in May. My confusion is based on the truth. Ingot, Clint.
Can you go back and see the supposedly got sent?
What email was it I sent him? I don't remember what it was I said.
Steve, this is Clint from the Troubleshooter. I'm sorry you felt I was short with you. When was that from?
I don't remember.
Did you email him this morning? Hold on. Did you email him this morning?
Not that I not that I know I did.
He's having some issues.
Why would it have that date on it?
I don't.
He might have copy and pasted.
Who, me?
Forward message.
I don't know how to copy and paste.
Oh my God.
Tell him if we're going to help him.
It does say date, May 11th. I mean, shit. Okay. I mean, you would have had to literally copy paste and then went in and edited it. I mean, you either did it or didn't.
No, I was busy this morning trying to straighten out to get that thing through from that lady that sent a million things. And then the thing
all we got to do is look in the sent box when we get down.
Right.
Are you logged in on this computer?
No.
Log into your Gmail and go to your sent box.
Yeah, no, you're.
It's not going to have May 11th on it. It just doesn't.
It will have May 11th.
No, I know. It won't have it if it was sent today.
Well, according to this, you have rescinded your offer, bud.
What's the problem anyway? Besides the May 11th?
Because he's complaining that we're
He's
going to
complaining
reboot
that
it.
after I promised to have him back on, you said just hire an attorney. Be done with it. But it was sent May 11th. There's no way to fake that.
Okay.
Did he really?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Centeno Schultz means stem cell therapy, true stem cell therapy. If you're looking for stem cell therapy for painful joints, shoulders, hands, ACL tears can be cured with stem cell therapy in most cases. Centeno Schultz are real providers, real MDs. They are not chiropractors with fake stem cells, with amniotic fluid. Amniotic fluid has some benefits, but it's not stem cells. Please, Centeno Schultz, and pass the word. Get the word out about all of the phonies like Stem Cell Institute of America and all of the rest that use amniotic fluid and call it stem cells. Please, get the word out. And then call Centeno Schultz for true living stem cell therapy. And they are in Broomfield. They're the first ones in the country to be doing stem cells. 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201. Let's go to the phones. All right, now, here's the deal. Brian made a huge mistake. Of course, he's going to blame the insurance company, and the insurance company made a mistake unless they did not have the bank listed there. So Brian, no matter how it happened, it was a mistake. The car was totaled. You were issued the check, even though there is a car loan for 16 grand. You took the money that was 10 grand and you bought another car similar to the one you had. Wells Fargo now has a loan still in your name or your son, and it's for 16 grand and they have no collateral. You have a problem because they won't take the new car as collateral. They say to you, you need to get a new loan, or you need to get a loan and pay off that car, that $16,000 car. By the way, did you have gap insurance with that original car?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so you have a problem because you had an accident. They only gave you 10 grand, which it might have been too little, but you already settled for it. You already cashed it. We may have been able to fight for you on that, but you got 10 grand. There's a $6,000 deficiency. What you need to do is take that car that you bought. Now listen carefully. The car you paid cash for. Go to blinker.com. And refinance it and get as much cash as you can.
Finance it.
Or, well, yes, but they call it a refinance. But what you're going to do is if you go to blinker.com, they allow you to refinance the car you own. Since you own it free and clear, try to get as much money as you can for it, okay?
Yeah.
Then
the other car I owe $10,000 on now because I've been paying on it.
Oh, you don't owe 16. That's good news. You might be, listen, whatever you get, let's just say you get on this new car, you get 8 grand, a loan for 8 grand. Then put that 8 toward the 10, and then get a personal loan and pay off the rest, and you're golden. Then you're going to have a car loan. You're going to have a car loan on the new car, and the old car will be paid off, and your insurance, then you can get that title to send to the insurance company.
Okay.
That's the easiest way to do it at this point.
Right. Because I was thinking, what, do I just buy my old car back from them or what?
No, you don't have to do that. It's silly. Listen, you could have had it totaled and kept the car, but then you would have gotten less money than 10. So it's good news, though, that you only owe about what you were paid in insurance. Right. That's good news.
You know, I know he wasn't doing it, but people actually run this as a scam, what he's talking about.
They do.
Well, no, I'm like...
I know you didn't.
I'm surprised that they sent you the check. You know, they probably didn't have your bank listed.
They did, because they had called my bank. And they called Wells Fargo after the fact.
And said what?
I don't know. They wanted me to call CATS, Wells Fargo CATS.
I can't believe, I don't know what that is, Wells Fargo.
I don't either.
I can't believe that Wells Fargo, how long ago was this?
This is in September of last year.
I can't believe Wells Fargo has not called that loan due.
Nope. And I just made another payment. I don't even have a payment on that car until October or November now.
Yeah, but what you want to do?
Far ahead.
So try to refinance that car as soon as possible. Now, Blinker.com is just one source, but you can go to Wells Fargo. They might put a loan on it. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, they told me they would. They don't take. They said I could get a personal loan, but that's way too much interest.
No, you don't want to do that. I would say take this car, go to Blinker.com. The instructions are on there. Refinance the car. And let's hope you might get all 10, you know, and then pay off. You might get 8, and like Mark says, you get 8, then you pay off the 2,000.
2,000 out of the bank.
Yeah. So listen, would you do me a favor, though, Brian? You sound like a good guy. Would you please let us know how it goes? Would you call us back one step at a time?
Will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do the first step right now, Blinker.com, and then let's take the second, step. Rick, what were you going to say about this?
Well, Tom, as many cars I've gone through and people totaling out my cars, the insurance company always asks me for a title before they even give me a check. So I think the insurance company made a mistake, and they're just trying to cover their butts.
Well, they did make a mistake.
Yeah,
for sure.
There's cover their butts, though. I mean, there's nothing
but that doesn't mean. But Rick, it doesn't mean that he gets away with it. Just because they made a mistake doesn't make the money his.
Okay.
If you're thinking, they made a mistake, now they have to pay off the bank. No, that's not true. Mistakes don't relieve people of responsibility. And too many times we think that. We think, you know what? Screw you. You made a mistake. Now you better pay off my bank. Now, wish it did work that way sometimes for people. Now, this is a very serious one. Michael, you need a transplant. Am I getting that straight?
Yes.
Huh. What kind of transplant?
To replace the bone in my jaw. I have lupus, and I lost all of bone in my face from the.
So you need a bone graft, is what you need, right?
No, not a graft. It's too late for a graft.
So you need cadaver bone.
Yes.
Okay, hold on a second, and we'll come back and talk about that. Wow, that's a pretty serious thing. We'll be right back.
What do they do with the, what does that mean? Cadaver bone? They literally will take bone from a cadaver. But it's more of a plastic surgery?
Yeah. It's oral maxillo surgery. The maxillo.
Well, I tell you what, insurance company,
That's creepy.
An adjuster and a manager had to miss that. Lost pay, somebody's in trouble. God, that would get you fired.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
If you missed a lost pay where I work, because an adjuster and a manager had to both miss that.
Sure.
That's a big mistake. I've never seen that happen. Yeah,
it was listed. They might have sent him the check, and Wells Fargo had to endorse it, and they endorsed it.
I don't know. It's just.
Well, the bank cash is written out to 2 people.
That's what I'm saying, including themselves.
It could be any number.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's just very rare for that to happen because there is cross checks for that. That's a
I don't know how the hell it did happen. Although with hail damage and stuff, they do it. Insurance companies do it all the time. They leave the mortgage company off.
But that's different than a car, though. I mean, your house doesn't have a title.
Everywhere I worked on a total loss, it had the manager.
Well, your house does have a title, but it's not.
But they don't ask for it back.
The
bank doesn't keep the title.
They don't total a house like they do a car.
Hey, the other day we were talking about taxes. On a car, you're taxed the first time you buy it, and you're taxed every time you buy it after that.
That's the used tax, though. Used tax.
Sales tax.
It's for the road. Sales tax when you buy it.
Yeah.
Used tax or ownership tax every year.
Yeah, but if you buy used, you're still going to pay sales tax on a used car.
Same with anything.
Yes, but not a house.
Well, it's the exemption. Oh, you mean sales tax on houses? It's because they have property taxes.
But we never pay sales tax on houses. But that you could. Well, all they have to do is change the law. But they, you know, real
Actually,
estate,
you do on a mobile home.
Yeah, real estate has long been exempt.
The house is the best exemption, because look, you can
Oh,
sell
yeah.
it now and not pay on the gain.
That's because they want home ownership, though.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, you're right, that keeps communities going.
But you know, food on a car.
No sales tax on food.
Wow.
Now, if I sell
No,
very little
that's
food.
on states, certain states do have sales
And it's
tax.
like in Colorado,
If I sell
only
local
like on
used,
fresh meat and vegetables. There's tax on
nobody
almost
charges
everything else.
Well, technically they are, but that we don't pay it. If I buy something from you right now, I am really supposed to file at the end
If you
of
have
the
a
year.
garage sale, you're supposed to be collecting taxes.
Really? Yes, and if you sell me something privately,
Yeah.
at the end of the year, I'm supposed to do a return of everything I've purchased over the year. I
And
swear
send
to
it
God.
sales tax.
I swear to God.
Well, that'd be easy to get around.
Maybe it's just
Well, it is right
How?
You
now.
could barter. Here's the.
Even on barter, you're supposed to pay taxes.
No, you are not. No,
What do you want to bet?
Okay, I'm
think
looking
the-
it up right now.
What do you want to bet? You are definitely supposed to pay sales taxes on barter. 100%.
in Arizona, if you buy a used
I don't
car
think
from
so,
a
and I'll tell
dealership,
you why,
pay
Mark.
sales tax. But if you buy
Because,
from
Mark,
a
I'll
private
tell you
party,
why.
don't.
I don't know if this is considered barter,
Go ahead.
but I traded an airplane straight across for a helicopter and paid zero sales tax.
Yeah, but that's because of, well,
That's barter.
Is that barter? I mean, I gave him an airplane, he gave me a helicopter.
well, wait a minute. If I sell you a used car, who collects the sales tax?
When I go to register.
So when you register your plane, you pay sales
Yes,
tax?
they send you a notice.
Well, then it's going to be just like the
But
car
they
thing.
send me a notice, and I didn't have any tax due because it was an even trade.
Okay.
Barter, yeah.
Okay, I don't know about airplanes and
No, it's
motor
a vehicle. It's a vehicle, you know. So what he's saying is, if you trade someone, if you go to a garage sale and they have a
You
pool
pay.
table,
You are supposed to
But
pay
listen.
sales tax on
but
barter.
listen, if there's a pool table there,
Yes.
and you trade them a ping pong table,
Yes. Go ahead. And let's say they're
Is
the
there-
same value.
is there sales tax?
Who paid the sales tax on it? Where'd you buy the pool table? Follow me down the road. Where
Okay,
did you buy it?
Let's say at the store.
Okay, so
And they
you
paid at the
paid
store.
sales tax
Yeah.
on it,
Right.
and then he paid sales tax
At the
on
store,
that.
and then we swap.
You're supposed to pay sales tax again.
I don't think so. Not if they're equal value. You only pay on the difference. I really think so. I think you only pay on the difference because there is no increase. There's no difference in value. He's paid it and I paid it because they do that with cars.
How about if you're in the tire business like I was, and I trade you tires for commercials, okay? And let's say the value's the same. Follow me? When I bought those tires from Goodyear, I never paid sales
You're
tax
right.
on those fucking
You're right.
tires. When I trade them with you, that sales tax needs to be collected come hell or high
Of course,
water.
that's because sales tax has never been done one time. And you haven't paid sales tax.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Joe Lazzara. Remember that name. He is a criminal defense attorney. Now, I hope you never have to bring that name up. But Joe Lazzara, I want you to keep it handy. For all those idiotic moves your friends make, give him Joe's number. And I'll tell you why. I'm hoping you don't do it, because with Uber, Lyft, designated drivers, why drink and drive? This is the season for drinking and driving because of cookouts and cold brewskis after a softball game or whatever. Please don't try to calculate, or get yourself a handheld breathalyzer. They're pretty accurate. Or just don't drink and drive. Anyway, the number for Joe Lazzara, if you're ever accused of a crime, including DUI, DWAI, smoking, pot, and driving, whatever it is, 303-429-6200. You need an attorney to get through the system, whether guilty, innocent, or in between. Even if you learned your lesson and you want to plead guilty, you need an attorney. Lazzara, L-A-Z-Z-A-R-A. LazzaraLegal.com, 303-429-6200. Okay, listen, we have so many weird situations going on now with our questions and answers, like with these loans and stuff. And we're trying to help each and every person. If you have any information to add, always feel free to call us, please. Now, Michael needs a transplant, or better yet, maybe I don't know if they call it a transplant, but she needs cadaver bone for her jaw. And I imagine an oral maxillofacial surgeon is going to what? Rebuild your face?
Well, now because the laws have changed, and I have to go to a special hospital.
Of course you do, right?
But I need my driver's license. That's why I'm calling.
Oh.
Indiana is keeping me from having my driver's license. I never got a ticket there.
Now hold on. What does the cadaver bone have to do with a driver's license?
Because I need a car.
Oh.
I need a car. I'm alone. I have to get myself.
I see. You don't need help with the transplant or the surgery. You just need help outside of it for things that I see. So you need a way to
get there, to get myself there.
And when you say there, where is there?
Into a hospital.
Okay, from where? Where do you live?
I'm in Jacksonville, Florida.
You live in Jacksonville. And and will your surgery take place in Jacksonville?
No. I'm trying to get near family in Chicago, but I need to drive there.
Why do you need to drive there?
Well, I need to take certain things with me.
I see. So what are you basically moving to the Chicago area?
Well, basically, but I don't know what's going to happen after.
But I need to get Michael. Michael, I need at least some solid information. So far, I've got nothing solid. Let me get this straight. You're in Jacksonville, and you need to get yourself to the Chicago area. Is that a yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
I need my driver's license. I've been fighting for years for my driver's license, and it don't make any sense that they hold my driver's license for nothing.
Who is holding your driver's license?
Indiana.
Now, wait a minute. So you're in Florida, you need to go to Chicago, and Indiana is holding your driver's license.
Yikes.
We got to get to the bottom of this story, Michael. I'm just hoping we can make sense of it, okay? Hang on. And we'll attempt to do that, okay? I'm Tom Martino. How do you get the license back? We'll find out.
Without changing your budget.
Michael's a high talker, though. Did you notice that? So when I was saying barter, I was more saying trading. Barter has a lot to do with services, and then services are taxable.
I don't know the answer, by the way.
Barter services
because he brings up a good point. If he trades all day long, they want to see his fucking sales tax paid.
And I'll tell you this: with the IRS, you have to fucking pay on barter.
If it's services.
No, you don't pay on it. You claim it.
On income.
Yeah.
In other words, if I trade out with you and you give me $10,000 worth of
shit,
that's $10,000 in income.
If you have a business, Mark, if you have a business, it's income. That's right. If you sell tires and I do work for you, it's income, Mark.
Right. But the reason your tires, absolutely somebody's got to pay sales tax on the tires because you didn't pay sales tax on the tires. But if I traded Clint tire for tire, there's no sales tax.
Then why, if you have a garage sale, you're supposed to collect sales tax?
Because you're selling shit.
That's what you're doing there, though. You just happen to, instead of be trading for dollars, you're selling it for something else.
But that's the thing. Why don't they collect it with cars?
Absolutely. If you trade in a car, you don't pay the...
don't.
Because they went to the fucking legislation and cut out a fucking loophole, which I disagree with.
Why would you disagree with it? Why would you want to...
Because when I sell it privately, I don't get to deduct that from my new car like if I trade it in. And that's bullshit.
I know. I just don't fucking...
I would like to know. We should ask Eric or someone.
Do you want me to call this landlady ahead of time? So guy puts down a deposit, first month's rent a few days ago to move in tomorrow. The lady calls last night, says, can't move in for 6 weeks. I've got plumbing issues and I can't give you your money back till Friday or Monday because I sent it to the mortgage company.
Wait till Friday, for God's sake. I mean, fuck. What's the big deal? It's tomorrow. I mean, it's a few days from now.
Okay, it's going to kill the call then?
No. We'll take it. But I mean, obviously, does he deserve his money back immediately? Yes. So what's he going to do? File small claims court? He'll have it on Friday. I mean, that's the point.
It just sounds sketch altogether. How do you not
I'll tell
know
you
you have
sketch.
all the plumbing issues?
Is she going to Sheridan Auto Tech? She's sketch.
Oh, well, A, Kevin hasn't got back to me yet. B, she's like, I can do it today, but I'm at work, so if it has to be tomorrow, I can do it tomorrow. Okay. So, but Kevin Colkin hasn't texted me back on that one. And then Clint making Steve cry.
Over and over.
I told him, fuck it.
I saw that.
You know, whenever you feel sorry for yourself a little bit about it, you get a call like this. This lady needs a jaw transplant. She's in Jacksonville. She's got to get to Chicago, and her license is held up.
Meanwhile, my nut detector's going off.
Yeah, mine is
You're
missile
feeling
too.
bad for her.
I know. No,
She probably like slaughtered someone in Indiana, so they took her license. I mean,
no, these people have just these unbelievably horrible problems.
But Melissa, I don't think it's a nut on a Kia.
No?
No.
Okay, is she a liar?
No, what was she lying about?
Getting it checked out by another Kia dealer that says she doesn't need
Not
an engine.
a friend.
That's not what she said the first time. Then when I questioned her, it turned in she gave it to a friend that brought it to a Kia dealer.
Then it turned out to be it was on the sly, and they don't have anything to write.
So then that's what I'm saying.
It was on the slide because he took it there.
No, it was on the slide because she's full of shit.
He bartered.
Hey, Dan, on the total car, I swore I heard him say gap insurance somewhere.
He did on the second car. On the second car because he played gas.
Okay,
so that's why I thought gap insurance because he never. This is his first car, but he knew about gap insurance. So.
Yeah, okay. I thought just because he said gap insurance, why would he have gap insurance yet on the, well,
I'm going to get a 5G nut detector like. I think I'm going right to 6G.
Tom, I got two good updates, okay? The Pueblo thing is getting worse.
Oh, what do you mean?
Oh, this poor guy. I got to think she's tried to commit suicide 4 times.
Why can't she get successful?
What is it? Ask her, is there not a tall building or a shotgun?
Oh, to kill herself? She tried to drown herself.
Erectile dysfunction is a serious condition affecting nearly 50% of men over age 50, and no one talks about it. So let's talk about it. If you suffer with ED, you already
What I usually do is send them a message.
Well, we're getting a car checked out by Sheriff.
Yeah. But when I do stuff with James the Carpenter, I send a message saying we have this person.
Do they pay or they do it free? But the people got to be not just single. They got to be.
They have
need too.
Yeah, I'm not sure what all of their parameters are. They pay a portion of it.
Okay.
They have a governing board that Kansas Department. They have a governing board that oversees who they choose, and they have some pretty strict guidelines of who they help. Like if it's somebody that's like not on their feet and they're not trying to get back on their feet, you know, they're just going to wallow in their Social Security or whatever. They will not help them. They want people that are
right. Oh yeah, that will actually take this and get back on the site.
They don't pay like they want them to put a portion in. Some of them. Oh, you're not talking about what I
watching this podcast.
What's happening?
No, this is probably watching this podcast.
Did you hear about Kate Spade? Committed suicide. The designer, my favorite.
Hey, when I first talked to him,
she's 55
I knew
years old.
my nut detector. I don't know what's going on.
I know, he's all over the place.
And I maybe shouldn't have brought him on.
She's my favorite
but I
designer. My
bring
first, my big
everybody
copy
on.
first.
Oh, it was good radio. Yeah.
She's
That's really what counts.
She's my favorite designer. But she hung
If
herself.
you can give it
55
a
years old.
try on the radio.
Competition's that bad.
Yeah.
Get out of it.
You think you could?
Got the money.
Probably could.
And I do appreciate you being right.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. This hour brought to you by the Raleigh House. That's a treatment center for addiction of substances and alcohol. Welcome to the show. This is a consumer show. It's all about help, help, help. I call it help, information, and referrals for truth, justice, and the American way. We want to make your life easier. It's that easy. And you know what I love about this? Whether you're conservative or liberal or anywhere in between, whether you're straight or homosexual or anywhere in between, you don't want to be ripped off. No one does. We love everyone. We want to help everyone. And everyone agrees. This is one area we can all agree. We take media and give it a purpose. We're not pontificating. We're not trying to preach to you except where it comes to those common sense issues. Yes, those common sense issues. Now, when it comes to addiction, can we all agree addiction is a terrible thing? listen, it only ends one way, right? If you truly bring it to its logical end, it's going to end one way. It's not going to be pleasant. But before anything can change, we need information. So the Raleigh House has set out to give information on addiction, any and all addiction, with one phone call, or 2 or 3. You can make as many as you want. If you call this special number, the Raleigh House is not going to try to sign you up and get you in. They do have a premier addiction recovery program, but they'll tell you about anything you want, the cost, the duration, other programs, free programs, whether insurance pays, what signs to look for, what habits, how do you know there is even an addiction, how do you approach an addict, what should you say, anything you want to know about addiction. 720-893-5559. Again, 720-893-5559. It's sponsored by TheRaleighHouse.com here in Denver. Okay, so let's continue with our show. We got so many weird things going on. So many weird things. Okay. Follow-ups. Clint, you said you had some. Let's hear them. You had some good follow-ups.
I'll go with the good one first. Ruth Gould, this was months ago, back in the spring, was a lady that's turning 60, and she wants to leave the country to get her passport, but she doesn't have a birth certificate.
You know what? I heard you working on this. You did a great job. Tell me what you did.
Well, after
listen to this, Deputy Dan.
Attorneys,
I want you to see what this initiative is here. Go ahead.
I went everywhere. I went to attorneys. I went to anyway, a bunch of government agencies. What we ended up doing was actually printing up a blank birth certificate. She took it before a judge, got it certified. She got it notarized and signed off by the judge.
So she fills out this blank that you found somewhere, and she fills it out, and I didn't even know you could do that. Well, and then the judge blessed it.
The judge blessed it. She still had some problems with Social Security, but she got those straightened out. She's going to New Zealand for Christmas and New Year's and her 60th birthday.
This is an amazing phenomenon. Thank you. So now we'll talk about more, but right now this weird one. You know, we get so many weird calls here. Listen to this one. Like the guy previous hour totals a car. They make out the check to him personally. He has a loan on the car that was totaled, but he goes out and takes that insurance check, buys another car. Now he has this car paid off, and he has another car that doesn't exist. He has to pay payments on to Wells Fargo, who says, fine, keep doing it. But now the insurance company says, no way, we want the title. Oh, my God, we're working on that. Anyway, Michael, the way I get this, Michael, a female Michael lives in Jacksonville. She needs to get to the Chicago area by car because she wants a car when she gets there because she needs some serious surgery done, some plastic surgery, and her license is being held by the state of Indiana. Okay, I have several questions. First and foremost, why is your license being held in Indiana?
Because I got one ticket. I'm 68 years old, and I haven't had any history of getting tickets.
Now, wait a minute. So you got a ticket in Indiana. When did you get a ticket?
Arizona.
Wait. Hold on. No, wait. Hold on. So you're living in Florida. You need to get to Chicago, but your license is being held in Indiana because of a ticket in Arizona.
Exactly.
Oh.
Because whenever you get a ticket,
God.
They cancel.
No, Michael, do yourself a favor right now. Please don't tell me stories because I'm going to get through this. Now, when did you get the ticket in Arizona?
About 8 years ago.
8 years ago. What kind of a ticket was it?
Driver's registration on my son's car.
No registration?
On my son's car.
And you never showed up in Arizona, right?
No, I was just driving through Arizona.
You were just driving through. Where was the car registered?
I think my son had it registered in California.
Oh, my God. Okay. That's another... Okay. So, you're living in Florida. You need to get to Chicago, but your license is being held in Indiana because of a ticket in Arizona because you were driving a California-registered car without the registration.
Right, but I paid the ticket off in Arizona. I paid everything in Arizona.
Okay, so you did pay the ticket in Arizona.
I paid everything.
Why? Okay, then why did your license get taken by Indiana?
Because, that's what I don't know.
But wait, were you living? Hold on. Do you have an Indiana license? Was that where your license?
No, I do not. My mother.
What license? What state was your license?
in California.
Okay, so you had a California license being held in Indiana because of a ticket in Arizona, and you live in Florida, but you got to get to Chicago. Why? Now tell me, why do you? Why?
I'm ready to hear Baba Booey.
No, I still need to know why Indiana. Hold on, Michael, please. I need to know why Indiana. Why not? Why not New York? Why not New Jersey? Why not Maryland? Why is Indiana... Wait for the question! Why is Indiana holding your California license?
I don't know, sir.
Come on. How did they get your license? All right. This is the rule. One question, one answer. This is way too complicated. If she can do that, I'm going to go to another one right now. If she can do that, we'll do it, okay? Paul, what's going on with you?
Well, what happened was I needed an apartment to rent, so I found a place on Craigslist.
Yeah.
And I went and met up with her a couple days ago. And it looked good. So, how did you know she was the one that was authorized to rent the place, or even was the landlord? Well, I didn't.
Okay.
But I found out later that she is the owner of the place.
Oh, good. At least you didn't.
I found that out today.
At least it's not a scam that way. So what happened when you met her?
Well, when I met her, she talked to me forever, half an hour to an hour.
She needed how? What did you give her? How much?
I gave her $950 for the deposit and $950 for the first month rent.
Okay. And then what happened?
One bedroom. Well, and so we signed an agreement.
Good.
And she put that I paid in full.
Good.
For the deposit and the rent.
Good.
And I have a copy of that. And I was supposed to move in on the 6th.
6th
tomorrow.
of what? Oh, tomorrow, June 6th.
Yes, tomorrow.
What went wrong?
And, well, she called me last night and said there's a plumbing problem and it's going to take 6 weeks to fix.
What kind of a plumbing problem takes 6 weeks?
Yeah, exactly.
I think she's lying. How do you know she owns it? You actually know that for sure?
Well, I when I called Excel Energy to set up Excel Energy, they asked if I knew the owner's name, and I said, well, all I know is her first name, Sonia. And they said that they verified that. And then I went online today and just put the address of the condo in, and it pulled up her name.
Okay.
On a.
But how do you know that's who she is?
Abatement.
How do you know that's who she is?
I guess I don't for 100% sure.
Well, I'm not sure you need to. I'm just asking, Paul. This may not be a problem. So
yeah, I guess I should have verified a little bit more.
So the bottom line, you can't move in tomorrow, and so you can't wait 6 weeks. This is crazy telling you the day before.
Yeah, and she told me that she's just going to have to back out on the agreement.
Okay.
And that she's going to give me my money back, but she sent my money into her mortgage company, and I can't get my money back until Monday.
Hold on. Why Monday? What changes on Monday?
Well, actually, she said she could get me $1,500 back on Thursday. That's when the mortgage company is going to send her money back or something. I don't.
This sounds like a scam to me. You're going to get $1,500 on Thursday and the rest on Monday?
Yeah, she said that the HOA, something about the HOA is going to give her the $350 back on Monday.
Listen, this sounds very suspect. But Paul, did you check to see if the checks were cleared, or did you write cashier's?
I gave her cash.
You gave her cash?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh God. Listen. All right. Do you have? You really can't do anything. I mean, by the time you do anything, Thursday's going to be here. We're going to see if she's going to have the money or not. Okay. Yeah. I think what would help is if we call her saying, look, we're looking at this as possible fraud, and we want to make sure you're paid on Thursday, then that might compel her to do it if she was thinking not doing it. Do you want us to do that?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, that's what we should do. But you have to wait, and we have to see what happens. Did she say you can go pick it up on Thursday? How are you going to get it on Thursday?
No. You know what she said?
What?
She said that there was the old tenants had some stuff in the place still. And this morning she texts me and says, the old tenants said they were getting their stuff out of the place, and somebody came by and scared them. And was that you? She said, I might have to call the police and file a restraining order on you. Even though it wasn't me, I have no idea who it was. I haven't been over there.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so she's threatening to call the police and file a restraining order.
Well, we're going to call her, and she's not going to call the police because we're just going to say, listen, you know, you took $1,800 in cash from this guy, or $1,900, and we want to make sure he gets paid back, or we're going to look into legal remedies against you. We're going to scare the hell out of her because she needs to get that money back. I have a feeling she's setting you up to say you're not going to get a dime.
Yeah.
Paul, this is a major problem, man. You should have never.
But, I mean, what can I do if she doesn't pay? I mean, I can.
You take her to small claims and guess what? And get nothing. I mean, what's going to happen? I wouldn't let this go as a civil matter. I would call this a crime, theft. I would get her arrested. This is serious, man. And how old is this woman?
She's probably about 45 or. I'm not sure.
What is it? I want your gut feeling. Does she seem like maybe a drug user, an alcoholic? Does she seem straight? Does she seem normal? Does she seem, you know?
She seems. She doesn't seem like a drug user, or an alcoholic, but she definitely seems off her rocker a little bit.
Oh my God.
I think she just seems real hard up for money. I don't know. I guess she owns a few properties.
What's her name?
Her name is Sonia Etnier.
Sonia, and what's the last name?
Etnier, E-T-N-I-E-R.
Okay, we need to call her if you want us to. I really think we should, just to let her know we're watching. And we can just say, look, this is serious. Paul called us. We don't want to bother you, but we want to make sure he's going to get paid. How did she say you're supposed to get paid on Thursday?
Well, she said that she said she's going to mail me a check.
Oh, my God. That's going to put it off even more. I don't know, man. We should arrange to pick it up. Really. I'm telling you, Paul, I smell a rat. And I think you got ripped off. I think you got ripped off. Hold on. Clint, can you call right now? We need to get through on this. 303-713-TALK. This email asks, why do I always ask Deputy Clint to make a call? Deputy Dan is doing the video and all of that online advertising, and he's doing all of that while we're on the air. He works off the air on that other stuff. So that's why. It's not that I like him better, Deputy Clint. Okay, ideal home loans for your next ideal home loan. What makes an ideal home loan ideal? First and foremost, you'll get the best rate possible because they do credit optimization. It's free, it's ethical, it's fast. Even though you're approved, they go a step further and get you to a higher tier of credit by massaging your credit. They might have to pay a balance down here. They tell you to do that, or maybe transfer a balance there, correct an address on a second place you lived, whatever, really. Small things like that. Then they have the interest rate guarantee, so they refinance you free of charge if the rates go down over the next 2 years. Then you have the pre-approval, which is like a cash deal if you're going out to buy. They have all kinds of great programs. And that's idealhomeloans.com. 303-867-7000. 867-7000. Idealhomeloans.com.
This report is brought to you by Firestone Complete Auto Care.
There's a few slow spots on the highway.
You have to collect 2.9. And a sale is defined as any transaction whereby a person, in exchange for any consideration, such as money or its equivalent, property, the rendering of a service or promise of any of these.
Okay.
End of story.
Except for cars.
Well, or real property. It breaks down into real property and things with their own.
So if I trade you a bow and arrow for something, then we owe tax.
Here's the one.
Each owe tax. Right?
Here's the one they
we
use.
Each owe tax.
That's right. Here's the one they use. Plumbing and an accountant. The accountant's toilet breaks. He's got a customer that's a plumber.
Yes.
The plumber's supposed to collect sales tax on whatever that job would cost at retail.
Yes.
The accountant's supposed to do the same, and that's filed on their returns.
There's no sales tax on accounting.
Well, not in this state.
On professional services.
But that's in services I can see.
In other words, hold on.
No.
You're wrong.
You're way wrong. But here's the deal, there's
You
no
know what? From
enforcement.
now on, ask Deputy Clint you want to come.
There's no enforcement. There truly is no enforcement.
2% of all high school athletes are awarded a sports scholarship.
No, I can see services because they got to do for employment tax.
No, we're talking, this is purely sales tax. This entire thing is Colorado sales and use tax.
But I guess what I'm understanding, why do they do it services as an example?
What do you mean?
They're using services.
That example was from Washington.
But like say that, because there's now you're getting the higher, or the Social Security taxes and everything.
Here's how weird it got in Denver. So, because in Colorado we don't charge sales tax on most services, we do on some. My oil change, if it was $19.95, I was charging sales tax on the $2 oil filter and the $6 in oil. So I was charging sales tax on $8. When they did a sales tax audit, they said, oh, no, no, no. You've got to charge sales tax on the complete thing. Because the true retail should be about $19.99 on this stuff. And it was fucking bullshit is what it was.
Well, but you weren't getting that, though.
No, what I was charging sales
No, I
tax
understand.
on was my wholesale cost of the filters.
Right.
They said I couldn't do that. I had to mark them up to a retail, then collect sales tax.
But then, what about the labor?
There's no sales tax on labor.
Oh, just
that's why I did it, to keep the price down. Where is he?
All right, 303-713-8255. I want to get right back to the phones. I don't know where Tommy went. Let me grab one of these. Let me see who's on line 3. Paul, what's going on with you?
This is the rental call that Clint's calling on.
Oh, he's calling on that right now?
Yeah, maybe take line 1.
All right, hold on a second. Hold line 1. I'm reaching over like I haven't since I've been 16. How can I help you, line 1?
Hi, is this Mark?
Yes, how can I help you?
Okay, Mark. Well, it's an unfortunate situation.
Yes.
My son's good friend, Lester, was accused of sexual abuse by his live-in girlfriend's daughter. He's been in jail for about a month.
Wait a second. Tom's putting his headphones back on. Say that sentence again. All right.
Okay. So my son's good friend, Lester, was accused of sexual abuse by his live-in girlfriend's daughter.
Okay,
He's been in jail for about a month.
Uh-huh.
Consequently, has lost his job of 10 years, is losing his apartment of 10 years. It's a mess. But he can't get out on bail because he needs a permanent address.
Oh, my God. Joy, this is terrible. Now, so the daughter accused him of what?
Of sexual misconduct.
And how old is she?
She's about 11, and she...
Well, it's what?
It's trumped up because
she's
mad at him, and...
Are you sure? I mean, 11-year-olds don't normally do that.
I can't be sure, but...
Okay. So your son is in jail pending a trial or a hearing?
My son's friend, yeah, and he can't even post bail because he needs a permanent address.
Okay, I know what you mean. Oh,
Yeah.
God. So this girlfriend, she believed her daughter, right?
I'm not sure of that either. They're still camped out in the apartment that
Whose apartment is it?
Okay, it's Lester's apartment. He's lived there 10 years, had a solid job for 10 years.
Oh, my God, he would have to be called Lester.
Unbelievable.
God. Okay, so Lester's apartment, she's living in there. Why can't he give his apartment out and get her out of there? I mean, she's not on the lease, right?
No, she is not on the lease.
Well, how long have they lived together? Do you know?
About 2 years.
Oh, she's a resident. He can't just kick her out. Okay. Oh man, this is terrible. Oh.
He can't get out of jail because he can't provide a permanent address. He needs.
Why do you care? I'm just curious.
Well,
why do you care?
It's a friend of her son's.
It's my son's best friend.
Okay. All right.
I know him to be a good, hard-working guy.
How old is this Lester?
About 30.
30. Lester is 30. Is he married?
No, he just had that live-in girlfriend.
And never been married?
Never been married. Man,
if I had to write a profile. Okay, so you have this kid now, can he give your address or some, like your son's address? Because it doesn't have to be permanent legal. It just has to be a place he'll be staying.
I don't know. I guess I could.
Well, no, I know that for sure. For example, this happens in domestic violence many times. When someone is let out of jail on bail, they can't go back home. So they give their sister or brother's address or where they're going to be. The reason the courts want to know is because when you're out on bail, you're technically being tracked. So that's the so if your son is a best friend, does your son have room to put him up?
Well, my son lives with my husband and I. He's only 24, and he still lives at home.
Okay, do you guys have can you guys provide him with an address right now just so he can have a place to go to?
Yeah, we could do that.
Well, that's probably, he doesn't have to be home. They just want to know where he's going to be. Now listen, seriously, Lester needs, when he gets out, he needs, if he truly is not guilty and this is trumped up, he needs to go see a counselor and tell the counselor what's going on and talk to a counselor and say, listen, I want you to evaluate me. Evaluate me. You know, like, is she saying that he assaulted her?
Yeah, I guess basically.
You know, I got to tell you, 11-year-old girls, from what I know, and I've been told, I had this discussion one time. That's why I'm saying from what I know and I've been told. I had a discussion one time with a woman who was representing the children, and she would say, listen to the children, they don't lie. And I say, well, wait a minute. There are plenty of times people are falsely accused, blah, blah, blah. And she said that there are certain ages of kids, they just won't make something up, and it will not be consistent enough for investigators to believe. So it's not necessarily all trumped up, is what I'm saying. If the police believe or the DA believes that they have a case, this could be...
Perhaps. I do know that the girl was mad at Lester for sending her to bed, you know, without...
No, I understand. I understand.
And I'm a school teacher, so I can kind of read kids of that age, too. I honestly can't say I know which is the truth.
Well, you didn't talk to the girl, did you?
No, I didn't.
I wouldn't get involved. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
Well, unless, if you don't have any young girls at home and you want to provide them a room, I mean, it's probably not going to be dangerous if you've known him that long, but he's got to face this music. This could be pretty serious. And
no, but if anything ever happened in her house, she'd feel horrible.
I would encourage him that if this did happen,
where's his parents
to get help?
In Los Angeles. He moved here about 10 years ago. They're pretty impoverished.
What does he do for a living?
He was a parts manager for an AutoNation dealership, but after a month of being in jail, they let him go.
God, this is terrible that he's in jail before even being convicted.
If it's trumped up.
Yeah, of course, if it's trumped up. But you know what, Mark? Awaiting a trial on any charge, I mean, it's terrible. I mean, this guy's doing 30 days without any kind of...
After the 30, does he get out, period?
No.
So some charges...
Mark, there are poor guys, and I say poor because they can't come up with the money. They're in there for 6 months awaiting a hearing or trial. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, that was his first obstacle. He finally got the bail together and now realizes they won't let him go without the address.
But you understand, I don't know why you didn't think about, when they say an address, they mean any address. They just mean an address where he's going to be staying. I mean, there is not, you know, he obviously can't give that other address, but here's what's going to happen. If he doesn't pay rent on that other place, and I wouldn't if I was him, it's going to ruin his credit, but that's the least of his problem right now. But
right.
he should not pay rent if he wants those people out of his life.
Right. Okay.
And he should talk to the landlord. I mean, this is terrible. This is terrible. And again, it might be terrible for this little girl too if Lester did anything.
Lester.
Yeah, I know. So Joy, give him your address. That's the best I can tell you. Ron, what is this all about, sir? I say people can call about anything, so go ahead. I guess I was told you have some deep thoughts.
Yeah, I'm curious about something, and I'd love to hear your opinion.
Yes, sir.
Just common decency. Say, hypothetically speaking, say you're up in the mountains and you got a sidearm with you, and you see an animal that falls off a cliff. Say it's a squirrel, and the thing is laying down on the ground, and it landed on some rocks, and it's suffering, and there's no possibility of this creature surviving the fall. anybody.
You put it out of its misery.
Absolutely. Why don't we do that for people who can't breathe and they're slowly dying in a hospital?
This has been debated over and over, sir. Ron, you know why? Here's why. Because we have a thing about life, and we think that we shouldn't end lives. And if people want their lives ended, then we think, well, maybe they're not thinking straight. I mean, this has been a debate going on for years and years, probably centuries.
I think in Colorado, though, now, there is a law where you have 2 doctors.
There's assisted suicide.
There's something, yes.
Yeah.
Let me give you the example that actually really bothers me. It's a person I never met. It's my wife was married to a man for 32 years before I married her. He died before I'd met her. I met her a couple of years later, but I'd heard the whole story, and he had MRSA, and he had it for many months, and it got into his spine, and it got into his lungs, and in the end, he was in the hospital with an absolute zero probability. None of the antibiotics that they used on him would work. So basically, he was laying there for literally weeks with 5% of his lung capacity. And he was on what,
God.
I don't understand this, but they said he was on 110% oxygen. I don't know how you get over 100, but anyways, the guy was literally, he couldn't breathe even on 110% oxygen, and they let him suffer for 3 weeks like that.
Now, I don't know why they wouldn't take him off of life support.
Well, they finally said there's zero probability of him surviving, so my wife had to make the call to pull the plug on him, and she's been in medical her whole life.
Yes.
And she just deals with death pretty good, I guess. She was able to pull the cord, and he laid there and suffocated, and it was like 10 minutes. And they finally said, okay, let's roll him on his side so that his lungs will collapse. And
my God, they should have just given him a drug.
Here's the thing that kills me. They did, okay, he was on a certain amount of pain meds.
That's excruciating. I don't know, Ron.
He always was complaining that he was in a tremendous amount of pain, even on the Dilaudid. And when they pulled the plug, he was awake, conscious. They told him what they were about to do. And they did it.
God.
He had to go through all that, and then later, for 10 minutes before they rolled him on his side to make his lungs collapse. Now, if somebody did that to an animal...
No, you're right. No, you're right. We would say it's cruel and unusual. You know, but Ron, I've heard of other cases, though, where they just increase the pain meds and they go off into a stupor.
But they didn't. They did not increase his medication.
Well, then this is an individual case. I can't speak to it. It's wrong, in my opinion. Totally wrong.
I just wondered if that's standard.
No, I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is at all. I know of a case that I was involved in years ago, and they increased medication not to kill him, but to make him very, 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 very comfortable, and took him off life support. Done. I mean, it wasn't that excruciating hanging on like you mentioned, Ron.
That was a depressing call.
You know what, though? Ron had to get it off his chest because he felt terrible about it, and I don't blame him. 303-713-8255. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You will never do better if you're buying or selling real estate. That's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, for anything you're doing with real estate. And you can even use him for commercial real estate. You can use him if you're in trouble meeting your mortgage. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
This is Denver's Talk Station.
The system that you go into when you're going to die that takes care of you. Hospice. I've been in 2 hospice situations where we had my grandfather.
The hospice is very humane. They will let you suffer. They will not let you suffer.
My grandfather and my first wife, who died just last year.
I didn't know it was an organization.
Yeah, well,
I thought it was a form of care.
It is.
It is.
It's not an organization.
But they won't let that happen. They're really good.
Golden, we're done with. So who do we do now? Do we plug her in? Oh, we don't plug her in yet, right?
Hey, that's Sonia. Did you find anything about her? I think that she's 51, living in Lakewood. Is that her?
Pick someone who needs a little while.
All I got was an answering.
Tell Michael we're coming back to her.
I think that's an elaborate scam.
It could be.
What is Lent construction?
I left her a thing saying that we're following
If you haven't done one
for
for
the same type.
Do one for Lent.
God, is that your phone screen?
Broken or? No. It's actually a little moisture.
It's a very dirty screen cover.
No,
This angle looked like you had a big hole in it.
No, I think it's
That you rub your
moisture
finger across there and cut your finger off.
Under
the cover.
Yeah.
I left her a message that we're following up on these Craigslist scams on this, and we want to make sure.
I think it's an elaborate scam.
What is it?
Well, because she said, well, okay, if you come to get the money and stuff, I'm going to turn you in.
I think it's a scam too. I don't think she owns the property. Or is a management company.
She's going to threaten to say that
That's the first thing I thought.
she's going to turn it into the cops. So
She got the name of who owns it and just used their name. I don't.
he needs to get her picture.
I can't believe they eat $100 billion worth of pork legs.
Pork leg? But the pork leg might be the whole hand, might be, it's like they say pork bellies. They don't eat just the belly.
God, I bought pork belly one time thinking it was going to be like bacon. Fuck no, man.
It's just not smoked.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's just raw meat.
Well, I know. Even if you fry it, though, there's no salt. It's just horrible.
No,
Front range.
Front range airport.
Bacon.
It
can if they get the. No, I know. My whole point was I really thought there may be a proof to the spaceport. There's a $60 million grant to a company that invented an
I bought it thinking it would be like bacon.
It begins as a jet.
It was sliced like bacon.
Oh, it was.
The whole bit.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
It tasted the name of that.
Just like
they were doing a
bland
plans. I don't know why I'm getting it, but who's in charge of this? The survey attendants for that new development.
Yeah,
I bought it.
Yeah, that's a good work for. I bought it at Costco.
You know, he's the director of
So of course it was like 10 fucking
Laura
pounds of
Hansen is
shit.
just a customer
I
service
didn't know
manager.
there's
She's been there for years. Yeah, and she knows more than all they do on the site. That's
So
all.
if that matches, people will get it
I
because
can't
there's no
remember his
nitrates
name.
in
They've
it.
got
Like bacon. So
Just did a good job.
Dude, it tastes
But
nothing
Dennis
like
owns a,
bacon.
No, I understand, but maybe some people can throw some stuff on there.
It tastes good.
way up in the hills.
Or you know it's probably used for is like
I looked him up. Yeah,
cooking other
bed
things.
and breakfast.
But there's no night, but why is it sliced like bacon?
Kind of a retirement thing.
That's kind of.
He did a good job. He was trying to make it centennial, and it should. That's the future of that airport. Should be cargo. DIA.
No smoking, no flavor.
One Clear Choice Garage Doors. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. As soon as you get a problem with a garage door, think One Clear Choice Doors, whether it's service, replacement, garage doors, the openers, any part of it, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. Simply the very, very best I've ever encountered. Okay, so now, Michael, I didn't forget about you. I really didn't. You have such a complicated case. That's why I need to keep this very simple. Basically, you're in Jacksonville, Florida, and you live there. You need to get to Chicago to be near family during a very serious transplant for your facial bones. And then, but you can't get there because your driver's license is being held in Indiana because of your California driver's license is being held in Indiana because of a ticket in Arizona. So, I got the ticket in Arizona. I know what you're saying there was for no registration. You paid it. You took care of it. Then how, I just need to know, were you driving along one day and you were stopped in Indiana? How did Indiana, in the fewest words possible, how did Indiana get your license?
I was told that Arizona sent to all the states, all 50 states, to suspend my license because I had not paid.
And did they? And was this during a normal traffic stop that they found you and took your license?
No, it was during the stop. I just went in to get licensed.
So you were living in Indiana at the time, and when you went in to get a license, you handed them your California license, and they kept it.
No, I was in Florida. I lived in Florida for 8 years. My mother.
You were employed where?
Well, Transworld Airlines, but I'm retired.
But how? I need to know, how did Indiana come to get your license?
Because Arizona put in all 50 states.
I understand that. And then what did they do? Did they knock on your door and say, hey, you're on this list, we know you live here, give us your license? How did they get your license?
I went into Florida to get my driver's license.
In Florida?
And Indiana
Yes.
flagged it. Her mom lives there,
Right.
Tom. That's the connection to Indiana, that the only connection she has.
So, when she went to Florida to get her California license converted to Florida, they flagged it in Indiana and took it.
They flagged it, and yes, in Indiana, they told me.
And what did Indiana say you needed to do to get it back?
Is to pay the ticket.
Okay.
And I did. I paid the ticket.
And did you paid it a second time?
No, I paid it all. It was almost altogether almost $1,000.
And you did it, and then Indiana said, "Now we will send you your license."
No, Indiana says no. We're not going to release your suspension in Indiana because you haven't paid your Arizona license.
Okay, but you said you did pay in Arizona. Did you Do you have proof of payment?
Yes, and not only that, in Arizona, the judge, the court, the DMV, everybody had called Indiana and said, "Listen, this girl has paid. We're faxing you."
Then why is Indiana still holding it?
I don't know. That's why I called you, sir.
Okay. So now I understand what we need to do. We need to get Indiana to understand that they are unrightfully holding your license.
Exactly. And
then did you give us proof of your payment in Arizona?
No, but I have it on my phone.
That's good. Michael, thank you very much. So we're gonna take these steps. We're gonna get your proof of payment in Arizona. We're going to send it to Indiana, and we're going to try to get your license back. Now, the next question. Your license can't possibly still be valid. It's probably expired by now, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, but in Florida, it's no problem with me getting a license. The only problem is Indiana's got me suspended.
Got you. So if you get your license back, you can go to Florida and convert it.
Yes, I can go anywhere because I'm 68. I've got grandchildren. And
I understand.
All over every place.
Okay, so once you get your license back, you can do what it takes to get from Florida to Chicago.
Yes. Because I'm by myself. I'm widowed.
Michael, are you going to drive all by yourself?
Yeah, I drive all by myself all my life. I used to be a flight attendant for 25 years.
Okay. Now, Michael, when do you need to get to Chicago for this surgery?
As soon as possible. I keep putting it off because I can't. I was going to do all the tests here.
I understand. Why is your jawbone deteriorated? You said it was from lupus?
Yeah, I have lupus and all the medications and
I see.
that I've had to take all the years. It's just I have no.
Okay.
No, it's very painful.
Now, do you have a loving environment to go to in Chicago?
Yeah. I just want to be with my mother for a little while. My mother's almost 100 years old.
All right. Now, Michael, you've been working with Daphne. Is that true?
Yes.
No, she doesn't know that. I sent Daphne all the info, so she's got calls in for us.
But
Tom.
Suzanne, does Daphne have the proof of payment?
We don't have that proof of payment yet. I took her word for it. We just got the ball rolling with Indiana.
Okay, so Michael, thank you for answering those questions. You know it's quite complicated.
That is some conundrum.
And I'm so sorry.
Don't worry. You don't have to be sorry. I'm sorry that I had to be so precise. You just have to say yes or no sometimes. Okay, so Michael, hold on and we'll get to you. So, for those tuning in, seriously, she lives in Jacksonville. She wants to move to Chicago for the complicated surgery. But her California license is being held by Indiana because of a ticket she got in Arizona. So we have to prove she paid her Arizona ticket to get Indiana to release her license to her in Florida so she can convert that to a Florida license, then drive to Chicago, get the much-needed surgery, and then eventually change from Florida to Chicago. Where else do you call when you have a problem like this? Really, where else do you call? Where would you call people if you had a problem like this? Now, you may say, oh, Tom, you know, you're a blowhard. You don't let people finish, you interrupt, you do this, you do. But really, where are you going to call? And I have to do that. I mean, if I let Michael try to explain this story in her way, we'd be on the air for 2 weeks now with this problem. It's so complicated. So thanks for putting up with me, but we do it for a reason. Who are you going to call? Dun, 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 dun. That sounds like the Ghostbuster thing, okay? So Wink and Wink are bankruptcy attorneys. I always thought that was a weird name for bankruptcy attorneys. Wink, Wink. Wink and Wink. Mike and Gigi. And we all like Gigi better, but they're great attorneys. And if you ever need a Chapter 13 or a Chapter 7, and I hope you don't, they can help. They can also help with debt settlement talks and negotiations. Wink and Wink. They can also help after a bankruptcy to help you rebuild credit. winkandwink.com. 303, let me get that number for sure. I think I memorized it. 303-410-1720. Yes, winkandwink.com.
This report is brought to you by Firestone Complete Auto.
They could confiscate your license in a smaller state.
Why Indiana? Because was her address Indiana for some reason, even though she was in California?
Her mom lived in Indiana.
Well, no. But why would they confiscate? I don't even understand why they inserted themselves into it.
Right. And she wasn't even in close to this.
Arizona. She said it had something to do with her mother.
Her mother had an address there.
No,
I wonder if they had the same name.
No, she said that she was suspended in Arizona. They sent out to all 50
Ask her what her mother's name is. Is her mother's name Michael, too?
No, but why can Indiana come and take her license when she was in Florida?
They weren't really taking it. They can block it from being renewed.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
But she was doing it in Florida.
Well,
why wouldn't Florida do it?
Because of truck drivers.
Okay, is this a reciprocity that Indiana had reciprocity with Arizona, but not Florida?
No,
Indiana
almost every state's connected now.
Yeah. We need Kenneth Lloyd. We need him on the air, bro.
Why wouldn't Florida?
We need him. Truck driver test thing. We need to talk to him. I want him on the air. With the agreement that Mark will say nothing.
What is it?
Right.
Some guy that has tinnitus treatment with magnets and magnetic resonance blocking.
Sure. She was re-registering in Florida. Why wouldn't Florida do it?
They just flagged on the whole system.
No, I understand, but why wouldn't Florida do it? Why would Indiana?
Florida had already cleared her. They had already gotten information.
But she was in Florida.
I know, but they had cleared her.
But she was in there to get her license.
I'm telling you, it ties back to something with her mother.
But yeah, she's got her mother lives in Indiana.
No, but I mean, like, they thought she was her mother or something.
I just think that the states all cleared her, but that one messed up. Didn't clear the thing off when she paid her. Maybe they didn't get the notice that it was cleared in Arizona, or
once again, why would Florida or Indiana insert themselves into that? Well, she had.
You know what? People who the one I'm talking about that does title bonds, does all this stuff. I'll ask her. She'll know.
Yeah, I think
I don't think anybody will know.
I think she might, because she deals with. She knew that Marine called that needs a title bond. Was talking about specifically why she had to have a bond because of California rules. In Colorado, they could have gotten a duplicate title.
So here's how poor DMV was explaining to him. He thought, because $3,000 car, he had to put up $6,000 of cash.
Yes, I know.
For that, so he was going to just let the car go.
He got bad information.
Right. Well, just bad.
Is this somebody we had on the air?
Yeah, that Marine. We're helping him out.
Yeah, there was something. What was that about?
So he had bought the car from $3,000, and it wasn't the way the guy signed it over.
Right. So for the bond.
So the bond. So the DMV, he misunderstood it, but maybe the DMV.
You know,
they gave him
technically, if I took an air horn and just blew it at you, your fucking tinnitus would go away, right? I don't know anything about tinnitus. No. All you're going to hear is that air horn. No?
Oh, yeah, but afterwards the tinnitus would still be there.
Not if I blew your fucking ears out, right?
No, actually, do you want to know something?
Right.
People were so dogged by it that they had hearing taken away. They wanted their eardrums, and it was a nerve sound.
They cut the nerve.
Yeah.
And now they still heard the ringing.
They cut all their hearing off, and they were deaf. They wanted to be deaf. They hated it, but the ringing was still there.
Yeah. Holy shit.
heard that too.
It's not audible. It's not coming this way. It's not coming that way. It's coming this way.
That would be a nightmare.
Hi, Tom Martino.
Here, welcome, 303-713-TALK. We need to talk to Mike now because I want to get him in. He's been waiting. Mike, welcome. What's going on?
Thanks, Tom. My question is, can I take someone to small claims for, like, slander of a business name? They're actively being malicious. It's over a year.
Now, I was told, since small claims is the bailiwick of common folk and not attorneys, I was told you can only sue in small claims court. And again, you might want to verify this, but I was told small claims court is only for monetary damages. You can't do pain and suffering and personal injury or that kind of thing because there is no money put on it. Now, if you said, for example, somebody was going to buy a car from me, and this woman slandered me, and this person says they didn't buy because of her, then I think you could be able to. I think you'd be able to make a claim that you lost a sale. So the short answer is it's got to be a monetary damage up to $7,500.
Right. I mean,
now, tell me something. Who is slandering you?
A customer a year ago.
Now remember, there's a difference between slander and free expression or opinion. If did they do a bad review?
They continue to actively renew the review.
What is the review? What does the review say, basically? What does it say?
Lies.
No. I'm asking you, Mike, because I want to help you. What does it actually say? Without your business name, what does it say?
I haven't read it in recent.
Okay, give me an idea. Does it say, is it a lie? I don't mean an opinion, I mean a lie. Like, for example, Mike's business stole $3,000 from my upper left-hand drawer. That is a lie if it didn't happen. But if they say Mike's business sucks, or they were slow, they were incompetent, I don't like them, that's different. So you have to tell me what they said, and I can help you out. What did they say? Give me an idea.
They paid in full. They asked us to come back. The work that we came back to do was not part of the contract. We did it for free.
But what did they say? What did they say?
They said that we're a terrible company. And
okay.
That we didn't do the services that they.
They can say that. They can say that.
They were promised.
They can say that.
But they weren't. All that.
Mike, you're going to grow old trying to answer reviews like you're going to grow old. I'm telling you, you are.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
Can I go into our neighborhood, put up a lawn chair, and put her name on a piece of cardboard and say she's a nut job and
you can do anything. You can do a freedom of expression.
Replace the business.
Mike,
do the same thing.
You can have freedom of expression. Yes, you can. You can unload on her, but you can't go in somebody else's yard unless you have permission. But sure, you can.
I wouldn't do that. I would just put it on the sidewalk.
You can do whatever you want.
Now, her place of work and say the things.
But it depends, Mike. Yes, you can if you can legally do it without disturbing the peace or violating laws or trespassing, you can hold up a sign that says this woman is, I would say, I think this woman, in my opinion, this woman's a nut job, blah, blah, blah. It's a different kind of thing, Mike. Okay, now, Mike, I want you to leave your name and number, okay? And there's a reason for it. I just want you to, I want Suzanne.
Absolutely.
I want Suzanne to give you my email, and I want you to give me downright specifics. There's a reason I'm asking. I'm working on a project, okay? So I want you particularly to tell me about this. Yeah, particularly. And I'm going to use this confidentially, okay?
I appreciate it. I have no problem sharing information.
To answer his question, though, the original question, in Colorado...
In small claims court, yes.
In small claims court, you cannot bring actions involving claims of defamation or libel or slander.
Because it has to be a monetary damage, right?
It doesn't say. It just says what you can't do.
Okay. So, Mike,
what court would I take that to?
Well, you would hire an attorney if you had any brains, and you would sue her in district court.
Okay.
I mean, if you're alleging damages more than 10 grand. But, Mike, trust me, I've been sued a lot, okay? A lot. And I've never lost, and I'll tell you why. Because opinion is protected, okay? It's protected.
I totally respect that.
Now, Mike, listen carefully. Even if you prove that it's a lie, that you did everything, and the fact that she said you did not is a lie, which you'll never prove because she can just say, well, in my opinion, it wasn't enough. You're never going to win, and I know this from years and years and years and years of defending myself. But even if you won, you then have to take out your books and you have to show how it actually impacted your bottom line. You can never quantify those damages, Mike. You can't.
Okay.
And as a public business, you have to quantify damages. You don't get just to be upset about it.
What did they want anyhow? Just if you gave them $1,000, would they go away? I'm just curious what they want.
I think that the fact that no matter what I did to please her, she was never satisfied.
There are, Mike, you are perfect, Mike, you are perfect for this project I'm working on. Please leave your information. Trust me, you'll love what I have to tell you, okay?
I will.
All right, hold on. You know, this is a problem. There are a lot. Do you know there are people that say, you know what, if I don't get a discount, I'm going to go everywhere I can, and I'm going to diss you, I'm going to put bad reviews. Mark, it sucks.
I've seen companies that'll give you 5 or 10% off if you do a Yelp review right there in front of them.
Yeah, I know.
A good one.
And that gets really sketchy, man, because I don't like that either. Do you? You know, like buying a review?
I don't know.
I
haven't really. It's 10%. For me, I love it on this end of it.
I think customer reviews are important, but I can't stand people who are phony baloney pieces of garbage that do reviews just to get back at people. I can't stand it. It's wrong, wrong, wrong. Mark, we've had people that did reviews that never even used a company. You know that. And they just go down and say, I called him, he did this, he said this, and they never even went to the house. Now, that's just wrong. You know, and then there
Yeah, we see that, actually.
And Mark, don't we see sometimes people that just can't be pleased? I swear to God, no matter what you do.
Absolutely.
There's just something about them. And do you know who gets those people more than anyone? Our perfect referral list members. Our perfect ones that never get complaints. When they do get one, it's from one of those type of people. And it's amazing how vehement they are and just hostile.
A lot of them are older folks that have nothing else to do.
Okay, so Mike, you make sure you leave your information. Suzanne, I want to get a hold of Mike, okay? I want him to get my email address and email me the details, okay? And his cell phone number. I'm Tom Martino. Bear with us on our new launch of referralist.com because we're working out some bugs. It's the most wonderful site in the world.
You can check it out right now. It's up and running, but lots of bugs should be fixed tonight.
Now's the perfect time to join up.
On that, Mark,
Do we need to sign these computers out?
Yes. Oh my God, yes. Yes.
So he said, why is referrals on the side? Like how many?
No, not that. I'm sorry. I thought you went on the internet. No, you don't have to.
Oh, okay.
No, you don't have to sign up for that. I was talking about email and
Yeah, I've been signing that out.
I'll ask him about that. This guy that from Cape Roofing.
Yeah.
So he's asking, why or how many good people have put up comments, reviews. Yeah.
There's reviews on our site.
Okay, on the new one? Oh, yeah. Does it say how many reviews and stuff?
Whether he received that mail or I don't even know what that means.
I gotta go. What's the difference if it doesn't?
He thought that would drive more people if he's got a bunch of reviews.
I just
Okay.
Yeah. I don't even know the answer to that yet.
Okay.
I mean, you can send me an email with his and I'll get back to him though.
Okay. And we are